Everybody, welcome to a blockbuster year 1985. Tonight we are talking about The Jewel of the Nile, not to be confused with 1984's Romancing the Stone, directed by Robert Zemeckis. But we'll talk about that. Let's pop in the tape.
Oh, thank God.
Welcome to the show, Jay Ryan.
Hi, everybody. Fucking, you know what? I don't know what to tell you. Sorry.
There's always something every week.
Brandon, when I just came back and you were doing the intro, this is what you sound like to me. It was in the slowest motion possible.
Really?
I was like, I don't know. I hope it's okay when I get back. So,
well, it's
yeah, third time's a charm.
Yeah.
Good evening. Good evening. Hi, Danny. I'm so excited you're here.
How you doing?
Did you already explain why this is going to be an interesting episode?
No, I haven't got there yet.
All right,
yes,
I'll just settle
our
in.
Special guest tonight, Danny Botkin. He is a time machine builder, a DeLorean restorer. I'm excited to talk to him about a project he was involved with, Expedition Back to the Future. But welcome to the show, Danny.
Thank you. Great to be here.
What Jay was alluding to is first time ever on the show. Episode 40, by the way. Congratulations, Jay. Episode 40. Our guest watched the wrong movie.
I did.
Yes. Now,
you know what? And this, I'm assuming this is probably somehow my fault because I was the go-between for this guest. So somehow this falls on me, I'm sure.
And I will say, to be fair to Danny, having you come on to the show about a movie that is not directed by Robert Zemeckis, it makes much more sense. I see it from your side. They're like, oh yeah, I built time machines. I've been involved in the community for years. Yeah, it makes sense that they asked me to come and do the Robert Zemeckis one. But no, we asked you to do the Louis Teague sequel. But that's okay. You have seen it, albeit, 30 years ago, you said? 40 years ago?
30 years ago, yes.
It's going to be
That's what
good.
it was for me, too.
We're going to talk about Romancing the Stone as well. I think that's a big part of the conversation, especially with some of the lead up to making the sequel, The Jewel of the Nile. But I'm sure we're going to talk some Back to the Future, and we're going to talk some time machines tonight. I guarantee it.
Well, if it wasn't for Jewel of the Nile, Back to the Future may have not ever been made.
Exactly. You are correct, Danny.
Romancing the Stone. Yes.
Now I'm going back and forth. Yes, Romancing the Stone, the first one.
Yes.
May not ever been made. Right.
Exactly. Jay, you have anything that you want to talk about off the top of the show, or are we just going to dive right in? Just because you didn't get your
It's been another
intro.
week for me. That's been nonstop. Oh, thanks, Brandon. No, you know what? I did a road trip that was like halfway to Astoria yesterday to go pick up a transmission for Yellow Car, so I could go to Astoria with Yellow Car. So we're one step closer. Dropped that off at the shop over at TLG this morning. So, you know, the fingers are really crossed that they'll be able to find a slot for it between now and this time next week.
Yeah.
Because the goal would be to be on the road next week this time.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be up there one way or the other. I'll figure it out. But I really would like to take Yellow Car, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Well, before we get too ahead of ourselves, I want to talk to Danny about a particular project he was involved with. A few years ago, you were in and built a time machine, if not more than one time machine, for the Discovery Channel series Expedition Back to the Future. A 4-episode miniseries hosted by Josh Gates of the Expedition Unknown show. This is a all about Back to the Future. It was 4 episodes. I'll be honest, it's one of my favorites. I actually really like this show a lot. I thought that there was a lot of really great information in it, and it has some really cool recreations, and Christopher Lloyd was so funny in this show, playing himself. He's playing Christopher Lloyd, being kind of taken by Josh Gates to go and find all of the screen used time machines, because they want to auction one of the screen used time machines off for the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research, and ultimately they get sent to you, and you decide, well, why don't we just build a time machine? You know, that's sort of the arc of your character on the show, is you build a machine, which eventually gets auctioned off. And if people haven't seen it, the particular time machine that you built in the show was actually remote control, correct?
Right. You're correct. You can actually drive it with remote control, which is one of the very few ones in the world you can do that to.
Well, and at that time probably was the first.
It might have been the first. Yeah. I'll be honest with you, the remote control features of it, I didn't do. We sent it to another gentleman and I don't remember his name right now. I'm sorry, but he did the remote control portions of it. I'm a little scared with that. Just like I'm scared to do remote cars, because what are someone going to do with it? I don't want the liability kind of thing. So,
yes, scary.
But it was a great show to do, and to have Christopher Lloyd in here and Josh Gates in here to work with was one of those experiences in my life I will never forget.
Yeah. Well, I made this joke to Jay earlier, but not to creep you out, Danny, but do you know that I have pictures of you on my wall?
Okay, I'm leaving now.
So
I didn't pre-warn Danny about anything. I don't even know if I told him that you have a time machine.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So I do movie cars as well. It started
I'm sorry. I don't know
with
if I should reboot again or what.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I think it's just if it gets too bad, if you duck out, Jay, we'll know why.
You understand. Thank you.
We have a time machine.
Not because of the company.
And after actually, when Expedition Back to the Future ended, one of the things they did is they did really auction off that time machine for Michael J. Fox Foundation to raise money. One of the other things that they auctioned off was the shirt that Christopher Lloyd wore in the series. Sorry, I'm trying to find this picture here. Just the image is so small. Okay, here we go. So we ended up winning that auction for the Discovery Back to the Future, Expedition Back to the Future Christopher Lloyd shirt that he wore. We have it, it's framed up there.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then there was an Etsy seller who had made the newspapers for the show, and it was selling their prop replicas on Etsy. So I bought some paper. So I've had this little Expedition Back to the Future collection. But recently, Bud, the creator of the show, he here, this show's actually my time machine. He sold the Twin Pines Mall sign that he had made for one shot of Expedition Back to the Future. Right. And so we ended up buying that from Bud. He listed it on eBay. Anybody in the Back to the Future community probably saw this Twin Pines sign go up on eBay. Yep. Well, we bought it. Part of the reason why we knew we could pick it up is we're in Canada. We're up in British Columbia, Canada. But we were coming down for Jay and I's mutual friend, Adam the Woo, his celebration of life. And we knew that, okay, we can not only can we bring the sign up to Canada, but the timing can work out. And Bud was like, yeah, take it whenever. We came down, picked the sign up, and were able to display the sign at Adam's celebration for people to take pictures with.
That's awesome. That's great.
Now, when we met Bud, he was like, I have a couple other things from the show. And one of the things he had was all of these amazing, if you can see on the left-hand side, all these foam core, beautiful Ron Cobb concept drawings from Back to the Future.
We have them all here in the shop, right?
Yeah. So,
and some of those are Andy Probert too.
Yes. There's some
the bottom two on the right.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch, but after we brought it home, I rewatched the series.
There he is.
And I realized that I thought initially we got these items for Bud. I thought that they were just for themselves internally for, their production meetings and whatnot. But it turns out they were actually, a set deck for your big meeting with Josh, Chris, Kevin Pike, one of the original builders of the time machine, and yourself, all sitting around the table discussing building the time machine. And all of these foam core beautiful concept drawings were all behind you guys. So I have a bunch of screenshots. So when Jay said that you were going to be on the show, I was like, oh yeah, that's funny. I have photos of Danny on my wall in the garage.
That's awesome, man. It's so great. Perfect in there. I love it. It was such a
I'd like to point out those awesome Dymo labels, how you put on the frame there too.
I do. I like
Attention
them.
to detail by BC DeWitt.
Yeah. Yeah, all they all say Expedition Back to the Future or BTTF.
That. Just like on the flux capacitor.
Exactly. That is exactly my inspiration. And then I have a close-up photo here. There it is here. Just because I wanted people to see. There's Danny in the middle on the right side, next to Kevin Pike on the left, and then Josh Gates in the blue, and the legendary Christopher Lloyd on the far right. And then you can see more of those concept drawings all in the background.
Right. That's
so
awesome.
Cool.
So yeah, I loved the show. Maybe you could speak to how you got involved, and you had mentioned something before we started about building the car, or maybe more than one car.
Yeah, actually, to let you know, we built the first car. It got auctioned off. It went auction for over $300,000.
Yes,
which was great. And we had the signatures of Christopher Lloyd and some of the other cast on it. It was great. The guy that came in second place on the auction called us and said, I want the exact same car. I'll pay exactly the same amount if you build it for me.
Yeah.
So, Bud called me up. He says, hey, we got this guy. He's willing to donate that much more to the Michael J. Fox Foundation. Would you do it? Hell yeah. No, let's do it.
Yep, absolutely.
And I wish they would have put it on the show, but they didn't. Maybe it came afterwards. Maybe they couldn't do it. But
yeah.
It was fun to do. I've done 34 Back to the Future cars in my life. So
yeah,
those two were definitely, such a great time. We had these little star vans outside, and I'm sitting there going over lines with Christopher Lloyd and Josh Gates, and I had to stop myself and just kind of look around and go, am I really sitting here going over lines with Christopher Lloyd?
Yeah.
And Gates, I've watched Josh Gates on all of his shows too, and it was just like, it was great. It was just like I stopped for my life for a minute just to take it in. It was just,
yes, of course. Well, and it's your shop, I imagine, right? Like I am
the service manager. This shop is actually owned by DeLorean Motor Company. Stephen Wynn.
Okay. I just mean your shoot, like the filming. They came to shoot in your shop, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and the whole point is they had this picture of a DeLorean. They didn't know which one it was, so they went looking around.
Yes.
And a picture. The story was the picture was a car that I built already.
Yes.
Didn't build, that kind of thing.
Yeah, the future on the newspaper. Yeah.
So it was great to do. It was really fun.
Yeah, it's a wonderful
You were adorable
show.
In it, lovable and adorable.
Thank you.
As usual.
Yeah, it was pretty darn easy because I just loved it.
And cameo from legendary time machine builder Joe Walser, also in that. He helps you build the time machine on the show.
Yeah, he came in for a day and we did that, and he brought us one of the original flux capacitors from the show, so to put in the car.
Wow.
So, but yeah, no, it was a great experience all the way around. Kevin Pike was there, and I really wanted Kevin Pike in it. What a lot of people don't know is the story was completely supposed to be something different. It happened right during COVID, so we couldn't do what the original story was. We were going to sit there and have Christopher Lloyd, Kevin Pike in here, and we were going to build it together. I was going to hand Christopher Lloyd apart to put on and do all that, and it just didn't work out that way with COVID. So we had to change it up, and I was worried about how it would turn out, but I mean, they did such a great job. It turned out so nice.
They really did. Yeah. It really is a great show. I can't recommend it enough to Back to the Future fans if they haven't seen the Expedition Back to the Future. It's highly entertaining, and it's full of like good information. Like there's lots of history of the car and the movies, and it's not. I mean, it is the same sort of information if you're in love with Back to the Future. A lot of these things but it is presented in such a really great way, and there's lots of cameos from Leah Thompson and James Tolkien, who we just lost. Who else is in there? Michael, obviously. Michael
J. Fox.
Yeah. So, check it out. And Danny Botkin as well in the show.
Great to do.
It's not just a show, too. They do an interesting creative weave with reality it's a fun ride to go on. It's not dissimilar to like another version of the movie in the way the ride was. It's like there's a little bit like there's Chris Lloyd, but there's also Doc Brown. Like it's pretty cool.
Right.
I whenever I talk about the show, I talk about how great Christopher Lloyd's performance of Christopher Lloyd is. He's so funny as like he's like he's in on everything. You know, he's going on this adventure with Josh Gates, but he is kind of playing a little bit of like a funny, like grumpy old man, but he does it so well. He's so funny in it.
I've done a few things with him. We did the closing of the Back to the Future ride was the first thing I did with him. And it's great that we brought him out in one of my cars that I built way back when. And we did I did with him a Gibson guitar at CES show.
Okay.
Tried to get Michael J. Fox. He couldn't do it, so they brought him in there where he brought the guitar from Back to the Future out there and was promoting that. We drove him up. I drove him up into a Back to the Future car. Smoke pouring out.
Yeah.
It was a great thing. He's a great guy to work with. He really is.
Yeah, I've only met him a handful of times as a fan. He sat in our car at a con, doing photos with fans or whatever. But he's just a lovely, lovely man, and I love him dearly. I think he's wonderful.
Danny, can I ask you? I personally, I'm curious. I have a feeling because of the length in which you've been in this, and because of your accessibility, obviously. And by the way, I should preface this by saying I've known Danny for 25 years. We've been friends a very, very, very long time. So I'm curious of, you mentioned some of the events, and obviously it's hard for me to not think about some of the events I did. I'm sure Brandon was at the same time thinking of some of the events he's done. Brandon was involved in the Michael J. Fox documentary that came out called
Still, a Michael J. Fox movie.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
And it's worth it. Very worth
so
it.
Good.
I guess my question is, I think that you've probably done more Back to the Future events than anybody, right? Than any of us. Even when there was a year where I lived on the East Coast and Danny didn't have a car, so he would take our car to events. and like, music video shoots and magazine shoots and all that stuff.
Yeah. Had a day on the whole Universal back lot all day long with that game show, The Chase with your car.
That's right.
Oh,
That's
wow.
right. That's right. That's right. Our car was used at Universal even when we weren't there. That's hilarious. Right. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
I forgot about that. If you have any footage of that, I'd love to see it. I forgot. That was awesome. It was all over the Universal backlot for that. Yeah.
It was. They had me there at 4:00 in the morning, and I had to back your car up into a little garage, and then I was done till the end of the day. So I got to walk around the whole back lot all day long. So that was a great day for me.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so
God
cool.
pass,
Yeah.
But I just think, like, you've had, I don't know how many you've done, but it's got to be, do you have any favorites?
That was one of my favorites, honestly, using your car. But, when I first
You're welcome.
But, when I first did it years ago, I was like the third or fourth guy to do it. So there was no cars around. So I was getting every gig. I did the Universal Walk a bunch of times. That was probably one of my funnest first gigs, where I parked my car in front of the movie theater at the Universal Walk. And we had a line around the whole theater of people sitting in there. And it was just one of my first experiences where I loved it. And I met Paul Nye there the first time. and he comes up to me
with
the
R.I.P. Paul Nye.
Yeah, and he brings me the original telescope, and he has it signed, and he shows me that what a fan he was, and that was the first inkling that I had when he basically kind of hired me at the point. Can you build me one? I went, well,
right.
Yes, yeah. I mean, yeah, okay.
This is this is right when we were becoming friends during this period.
Right on that, yeah. So, but yeah, it was just back in those days. It was a lot of things. My very first gig I ever did with my car, and it wasn't done yet, was with Claudia Wells. You know, I had a place at Cantor Automotive here in Santa Ana. They're a prototype car company, and they were doing a big, huge party, and they really wanted a Back to the Future car there. And they called me up. They found out I had one, and it wasn't even done yet. I mean, there was a whole bunch of things not done. And I went, oh no, it's not even registered. I don't want to do it. And talking to her for a while. Well, we have Claudia Wells. We really want to have her sit in the car. I went, what time do you want me there? You know, it was just like, okay.
So
that's amazing. And then, Danny, sorry, Brandon, go ahead.
No, if you're continuing with that line of questioning, I'd rather do that before I switch topics.
Yeah, real quick. Well, I just wanted to, obviously we all know the Back to the Future A car, and Brandon, I think only reason you weren't involved in that is because you weren't in the game yet. You definitely would be if we did it today. But I think of, origin stories and stuff, and Danny had the earliest access to the A car of anybody I can think of because they used to bring it to his old shop that he used to run, and he would service it when it ran.
Yeah. Well, that was actually
first to do they were ready to do a part 4.
That's right. That's right.
They're running and dependable. They said, we're thinking about doing a part 4. We need this car running and doing great. And that's when I got the bug. They brought it to me and went through and got it running and drove it around town. And,
What would that have been, like 2005, 2004, 5?
I'm going to say around 2003. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
I started with Don in the DeLorean Motor Center in 2000. So it was a few years after that.
Wow. Yeah. Well, my question was actually going to be, how did you get involved with time machines, but DeLoreans maybe in general?
Actually, DeLoreans I kind of fell into. I've been in the automotive industry all my life, and I went from auto mechanic to I was a Mac tool distributor for quite a few years, and I quit that, trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I got a job at Disneyland. I was going to be an engineer on the new rides at Disneyland.
Oh, cool!
California Adventure was
pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I thought, my dad's friend all my growing up years used to work at Disneyland. He used to work at Small World, and he always told me throughout my growing up how great it is to work at Disneyland, and great benefits, great this. And I went, I love that kind of thing. I love going to Disneyland. I love amusement parks. I went, I'm going to do that. So I went and got a job. They hired me. I got all the stuff. I went through all the training, and they said, well, you got about 3 or 4 months because California Adventure is behind in there getting it done. And I went, okay, well, I'm going to go home, and what am I going to do? I said, I'm going to build my dream car. I'm going to find a DeLorean because I've always wanted one. And I found this. I met Don.
You did it the hard way too.
Oh my God! Yeah. First car I got.
He bought a roached out DeLorean.
I bought a car with so many dead rats, and it looked like some inside. There was so much rat poop inside. But I bought it. Now people are going to freak out when they see this. I bought a 1981 DeLorean for $2,800.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it was crashed. It was bad. It was in bad shape. And I restored it, ground up every no button washer. It took me 4 years to do it. And about halfway through that restoration, Universal brought me the original car to start doing that, and it just gave me the bug. I took pictures of everything. I measured everything. I went, I could do this.
Wow.
I did.
Wow, that's incredible. So, and that was because you had been restoring this DeLorean, so you became kind of like a DeLorean expert, and that's why the A car was brought to you?
Well, it was brought to me because we're really the only DeLorean shop around.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. You were working at the DeLorean shop. I see.
Right.
I see.
I was working there with Don Steger at the time.
I see.
And he'd been one of the original mechanics at DeLorean, so he'd been with DeLorean a long time. So I learned a lot from Don. Over the years I worked with him, and that's why they brought it.
R.I.P. Don.
Yeah.
Since we're R.I.P.ing people.
Yeah. So many people forget.
This might be.
We've been friends a long time, man.
Yeah,
got to keep in touch.
This might be interesting to you, Danny. But one of the other cars that we own a stock DeLorean, but it's actually Johnny Carson's DeLorean.
Oh, okay.
It's the VIN 4523.
I told him that one thing.
Yeah, and it's
the third one, right?
It's the third one, exactly.
Okay.
It's the one that got seized in the bankruptcy, the one that he got his DUI in. But yeah, that's in our collection.
Oh, that's great.
And one of my favorite pieces that go with the Johnny Carson DeLorean is I bought a random auction lot of DeLorean Motor Company paperwork. Obviously everything got boxed up and through all the bankruptcies and all that kind of stuff. But I bought this one lot because it had like a graded, in plastic John DeLorean check. And I just wanted it for the display, a nice signed, graded, preserved John DeLorean check. And it came with all this other paperwork. Well, in that paperwork was a 2-page document of the DeLorean company VIN list. And on the list, it shows the 2 DeLoreans that John DeLorean had for himself. Right. But then on the second page, there is an outside directors and VIP section. And our car is on there, 4523 J Carson, on the paperwork. So I just found it randomly in a box of DeLorean Motor Company paperwork.
I had one of my customers restoring one of the cars of John that Johnny Carson owned, and he just bought it to restore it to sell it.
Yeah,
and that's when I said, well, let me call up Jay Leno, because I want to. I've known Jay Leno for a little bit, and I thought I'll call him up and give him the opportunity to buy it.
Yeah, and
I called him up and got him directly on the line. It was nice, and then talked to him about it. And that was when I kind of found out how he really felt about DeLoreans and how
he hates them.
It broke his heart because he was an idolized John DeLorean at the time. Then what happened with everything about what happened with the Chicago thing.
Detroit hero, right?
It was a Detroit hero. He really was, and it just busted his heart. So he really hasn't been involved. Although he's been very nice enough to he's come up and take pictures with my cars. He's done a show on DeLorean Garage with Stephen Wynn on one of our new build cars years ago. Yeah. So he likes the car, but that's when I really found out kind of what his feelings were.
Well, yeah,
I feel like if anybody should be willing to give somebody a second or a third chance.
Yeah.
Oh, I stepped on you, Brandon. I'm sorry. God damn it.
No, it's all good. I was just saying that Jay Leno famously doesn't have a DeLorean in his collection, right?
Yeah.
And
you're yet right, he has Danny. A Bricklin.
Yeah, exactly. But if he's going to own a DeLorean, a Johnny Carson DeLorean kind of makes sense for Jay Leno to own.
Yeah, and that's why I had to call him. Give him the opportunity for it.
So
that would be great.
He's got Johnny Carson's childhood car, believe it or not, that Johnny actually bequeathed him when he died.
Okay. So Danny, do you remember? Would that have been the second car with the malfunctioning doors, or the first car that broke down? Because I don't even know what the first car is. I think we know the VIN number of the second car.
I don't remember, to be honest with you. It's been a while since that happened, so I do not recall. For a long time, I always thought he only had 2 cars, but then I found out recently he had the 3.
Yes. So. Yeah, there's
I thought it was 2 as well until there you go. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's the car that he got to drive home from the gala night, and that's the one that broke down. And then he had the second one.
That was the one that was presented to him, right?
Exactly.
Like publicly.
Yes.
All fancy like.
And then the second one was okay for a brief period of time until the gull wing doors malfunctioned. And then the third one.
He was driving home from NBC on the 101, Danny, and the car lost power, so he had to pull to the side, and then he couldn't get out of it.
Couldn't get out.
And the patrol guys knocking on the window, going, like, "What's the deal?" And he's like, "Get me out of this fucking thing."
Yeah, I think the rumor is they had to like cut him out or break the doors or something to get him out.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, and it doesn't make sense to me because, like, as you know, Danny, like there is still a mechanical release. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's only deadly if you don't know how to open the door.
Well, yeah. And maybe there was just something wrong with the components on the inside of the door, so the mechanical release wasn't working, and just assumed that it was
totally,
thing, right?
Totally.
There's 2 latches, and they have to be in sync.
Yeah.
So, but
yeah, so
we help them out.
We have the third one. The third one, yes. which is the one that got seized in the bankruptcy because it was always a company car on paper. And that one, he had just put new tires on it, a full set of new tires. And so the bank had to write him a check for $400 to cover the cost of the tires.
Yeah, he was a little upset about that.
So awesome.
Yeah.
Talk about not forgiving somebody about DeLorean. Yeah, he never got over that. Or Bushkin, his accountant guy who got him into that mess.
Yeah.
How much money did he invest? Do you remember?
Pardon me?
$500,000.
Yes.
But he was the largest private investor in the company.
And the first celebrity investor, because he was the one who brought on Sammy Davis Jr. after the fact, right?
The guy from Hee Haw.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
This is a fun roundtable.
In 1977, which is huge.
Oh, dude. Yeah. And Johnny was a megastar at the time. More than the money, it was more about that he lent his name and his image to this thing that did not turn out to be so great for the guy in the national spotlight.
Yeah.
I could go on and on about Carson.
All right.
Shout out to Kat DeLorean, by the way, our mutual friend, Kat DeLorean. We love you.
Hi, Kat.
Before we get into the film, I want to say hi to the people that are here with us. Orguni and Dave is here, getting ready for Short Circuit 40 next weekend, where Jay and I will be together up there. Really looking forward to it.
And Brandon and all of our and who else is coming? Brandon. I know Mike is not coming.
Justin Scar.
Robbie's coming. Justin. And Faith. Adam the Woo's sister. Faith is going to come with her husband.
Faith will
Ryan.
be there. And all of our friends who live up there. Rich.
Kip. Can't wait to see Kip. It's been a long time.
Yep. Brian is here with us. Surfer Girl, thank you for being here. Who else do we got?
Hi, everybody.
Here? Gannon Appleby. Always great to see you all in the chat here. Who else did I see? There he is. Robbie Retro. See you next week.
Yay! When the going gets tough.
My buddy Ryan Dole, past and future guest. Thank you for being here. Kyle
Ryan
Watts.
O'Dell.
Thank you, Ryan O'Dell.
Hey, what's up, Kyle?
So funny.
It's me and my dyslexic. I'm just too old. I need my glasses.
It's fine. We have a friend who his last name is Grosecki, but we call him Grohosky. Or sorry, no, his last name is Grohosky, but we call him Grosecki because whenever you see it, it looks like it's Grosecki, but it's Grohosky.
Forever interchangeable.
Right. Tonight, we are talking about The Jewel of the Nile. The sequel to Romancing the Stone, released December 11th, 1985. Both of these films are a Michael Douglas production. Now, so Romancing the Stone famously is directed by Robert Zemeckis, who goes on to make a little film you may have all heard about, Back to the Future. Comes out this same year, 1985, goes on to be the #1 film at the box office, top grossing film of 1985. Huge movie for all of us here. But the funny,
good point.
The funny thing about Zemeckis doing Romancing the Stone is that the production was kind of so tumultuous and difficult. Not all Robert Zemeckis's fault, lots of weather issues and just a hard movie to shoot out in the jungles of Colombia. Robert Zemeckis famously got fired from Cocoon, a film we've talked about on this show, because word was getting out about how bad the Romancing the Stone production was going. So Robert Zemeckis gets let go of Cocoon, which is supposed to be his next film, which frees him up to work for Steven Spielberg and make Back to the Future, which just is like a sliding doors that went right.
Can you imagine the other alternate universe where Robert Zemeckis sells used cars?
Like literally?
Like he did 3 pictures and it just didn't work. So he's like, I know this over here. So, and he goes.
I thought you were making a reference to his movie Used Cars.
Well, like that's where he ended up.
Yeah.
I guess it didn't land, though. It must be the delay.
Yeah.
We've got that international dateline to get through.
The other thing about Romancing the Stone is it is written by a woman named Dianne Thomas. Now, her story is quite fascinating. She was a struggling screenwriter. She was a waitress and would write and work on her screenplay in her downtime. And this screenplay for Romancing the Stone back in 1978 was making its rounds through the studios as this like incredible screenplay, and it ended up in Michael Douglas's hands. Michael Douglas, obviously, he's a very famous actor, goes on to be one of our stars for these two films, but he was a producer. He produced One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Starman,
famously.
A John Carpenter film I love with Karen Allen, Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, I love that one.
Wonderful, wonderful movie.
You're gonna love K-Pax, dude. What the fuck? How can you not have seen K-Pax? It's like part 2. Jesus.
I'll get to it.
Get on it, Brandon. I'm sorry.
He produces Flatliners for Joel Schumacher, a director we talked about last week with St. Elmo's Fire, and Face Off, a movie that is so goddamn fun.
That's great.
Fun. Weird fun. So I could eat a preach for hours. That's how you sounded earlier.
Yeah, exactly. So Michael Douglas gets his hands on this Romancing the Stone script from a new writer, Dianne Thomas, and he ends up buying this script for $250,000 in 1978. I inflation calculator. That's $1.3 million today is what Michael Douglas buys the original Romancing the Stone script for.
He loved it.
And you also just helped us with the Johnny Carson investment conversion. Thank you. Well done.
There you go. Exactly.
Similar time period.
2.6.
Well done. Way to come around.
2.6 million he invested. So in Hollywood, this screenplay sale kind of becomes, they throw around the term the Cinderella story, right? Rags to riches. This young woman who is, pouring her heart and soul into wanting to become a screenwriter, and she gets this huge paycheck, and they're going to make her movie. Obviously, Romancing the Stone comes out, big hit. Does really well for Zemeckis. He, as we said, he gets Back to the Future and
resurrected. Yeah.
Yes. The unfortunate part of all of this story, and I'll tell this story, is Dianne Thomas died tragically within the next year. Yeah. So,
no.
Yes. So
careful what you wish for. Gee whiz.
Mm-hmm.
So Dianne Thomas was not involved in The Jewel of the Nile because after the success of Romancing the Stone, she is plucked by Steven Spielberg to workshop scripts and write for him and for Amblin. So after
I'm guessing Temple of Doom.
Actually, she works on the first draft of The Last Crusade. She is
no way.
Yes. An early draft where it was supposed to be set in a haunted house. But the reason Spielberg and Lucas decided not to go that direction is because Spielberg had just produced Poltergeist. And felt that it was going to be too similar. She also works on a first draft of what ends up becoming Always.
I love that movie.
I love that one.
God. Beautiful movie. Gee whiz. I should probably watch it now, I guess. I never thought about that.
You're going to cry.
Yeah, so I don't think she's the credited
I know, but I'm on the other side of these stories now that, Nicole's gone. So it's weird. Yeah.
I see. Yes. So the reason Dianne Thomas was not involved in the sequel for Jewel of the Nile is one side says that she was tied up in her contracts working with Amblin. There's another story that comes from Kathleen Turner that apparently Michael Douglas did not want to pay her new larger fee because she had written, a hit movie and was now working for Spielberg. So I don't know what is really the truth. One comes from Kathleen Turner, and one is kind of the industry's story about she couldn't do it. She was under contract and she was busy.
From my experience, it's generally both things are true.
Yeah, exactly.
From my experience with Nicole on that side of things, it's usually both, and those are just different perspectives on it.
And to be fair, like she deserved the money that she was asking for after writing Romancing the Stone, right? A film that comes out in 1984 and gets labeled as this like sort of like copycat of Indiana Jones, even though she wrote the script in 1978 earlier. And Raiders of the Lost Ark doesn't come out till 81, right? But with Romancing coming out,
about this, did she deserve? I don't know what she asked for, but I also feel like, well, if Michael Douglas took this chance on you, and you got a big payout last time, like let's at least negotiate here on the new thing. You know what I mean?
Well, and I don't know, she could have been negotiating. I just mean like she doesn't deserve to be undercut because she knows these characters.
Oh, undercut! I totally agree with you, of course.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Who could know them better? Right.
Kathleen Turner is just saying that Michael Douglas refused to pay her rate or whatever she was asking. I don't know the actual figures.
Gotcha. Copy that. You do so much research that I don't know what you know and when you're just pontificating, because you generally have all the real answers.
Now, is it true that she actually died in a Porsche that Michael Douglas gave her?
Yes, I was going to get to that. So that's the next part of the story is...
sorry.
So they hire a couple of other writers. Mark Rosenthal and Lawrence Connor who are credited as the screenwriters for Jewel of the Nile. This all leads to the Romancing the Stone is such a huge hit. So in the contracts of Michael Douglas, Kathleen Turner, and Danny DeVito is a sequel option. So 20th Century Fox jumps on that and says, we're doing a sequel. Kathleen Turner reads the proposed script not written by Dianne Thomas and says, no, I don't want to do it. And 20th Century Fox hits her with a $25 million lawsuit that if she does
forcing her into it.
Exactly. If she does not come back and star in the sequel as she's contractually obligated to, she'll have to pay $25 million.
That's a dick move.
Move.
Today you would get some sort of artist integrity attorney in there to be like, look, she's not saying she won't do a picture. The script sucks. She won't do this picture.
Exactly.
Well, back in the day, you were owned by the studio.
Yeah, well, even
but not this far back, or further back than this. Anyway.
Further back, you were owned by the studio for how many years?
Definitely.
Yes, exactly.
That whatever the contract was, for sure.
Yeah, right. Yeah. They just tell you what set you're showing up on, and then they put you in costume, and you do the dialogue. Yeah.
Right. Oh, Hail Caesar the other day, right? Exactly.
Yes, exactly. We were talking about that. So Kathleen Turner, she decides with a bit of an arm twist to do the sequel. Danny DeVito's back. I mean, he is the one character, especially in this film, that is just like clearly shoehorned in. Like they don't even explain why he's there with them. And he's obviously he's Danny
greedy.
DeVito, he's comic relief. So to appease Kathleen Turner, and Michael Douglas also knew that the script was not as strong. What they did is they brought Dianne Thomas in to work the first 30 pages to get the film on a better footing, start things off right, and then have the writers, finish it. And as a thank you for that, Michael Douglas bought Dianne Thomas a car. And
this is crazy.
One of her friends told her to get a sensible car like a Mercedes, but she was a car person herself. She appreciated motor vehicles and she wanted a Porsche. And so she picked this Porsche. Michael Douglas bought her this Porsche. And then a few months later, her boyfriend was driving the car with her and another one of their friends late after the bar. And he crashed into a pole and she was killed instantly. Their friend died in the hospital later. He survived, but she tragically lost her life 6 weeks before Jewel of the Nile was released in theaters. So a life cut short.
We have a viewer here, Brian Stidham, who was recounting the same story you mentioned, and also his gunnery sergeant's brother was the first officer on the scene.
Oh, wow. Night. Unbelievable. Yeah. Small world.
Yeah.
You
picked the right podcast, pal. Like and subscribe.
So yeah,
sorry, so not me.
That is just sort of one of the issues that Jewel of the Nile was sort of plagued with throughout production.
That is brutal.
Yeah, not the only death involved in Jewel of the Nile as well. Well, we'll get to that in a second. This film is not as strong as Romancing the Stone. I don't want to spoil the end, but go ahead, Jay.
Well, generally I watch the movie the day of the show, and I did this today as well, but I made sure to allot time so that I could watch both, because I hadn't seen either one since I was a kid. And in fact, I saw Jewel of the Nile first, because it was one of those, like, somebody had the VHS at camp or something like that, and we watched it, sense. Or something at school, whatever. And so then I knew it, and then we rented it and whatever. Watching them back to back, to your point, I got to really shop and compare, as they say. And I have a feeling I know some of the things you're going to mention. I've got a long list of comparisons here. This movie is not Zemeckis or Silvestri or any of the people we're used to.
Oh my God.
And it's not altogether horrible.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not altogether horrible. There are good parts to this, but these are tone-wise, this is a different world we're living in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Jewel of the Nile. Jewel of the Nile is directed by Lewis Teague. Not a lot of experience up until Jewel of the Nile, kind of a TV director. He is just coming off of another film we'll eventually talk about for 1985. Yeah. Cat's Eye is a Lewis Teague film.
Haven't seen it.
A film I've never seen, but I have been dying to see. I just picked up this 4K Alligator.
I didn't know about that one.
That's a Lewis Teague film. I know that this is a fan favorite, so I'm looking forward to it.
What's the year on that? When did that come out?
1980, I believe. Yeah, 1980.
Oh shit!
Is Alligator. And then Cujo, 1983, is another Lewis Teague film. But he doesn't have a lot of. Oh, what's that? What did I skip?
Collision Course.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Jay Leno and Pat Morita.
Oh,
nobody?
Karate Kid.
I haven't seen that. No.
What on earth? He's a Detroit cop, and Mr. Miyagi is a cop from Japan, and he's here, and they buddy up and they team up to find the missing turbocharger in Detroit. Come on, nobody?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Wow.
We spent half of Jay Leno's interview here on the show talking about Letterman, and the other half talking about Collision Course.
1989.
Yeah, it is wonderfully terrible. This is the epitome of a good bad movie.
Look at this poster.
Okay, so anyway, that's what I know him for. Yeah,
wonderful poster. Come on. Jay Leno in a leather jacket.
And to my knowledge, Jay Leno's only starring role, and he's actually, I think, quite good in it. He didn't like talking about it. He doesn't like it, I guess.
Oh, Tom Noonan's in it as well, who just passed away. Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters. Wow.
Yep.
I gotta check this movie out.
Noonan is the tall guy from, I guess Things.
Last Action Hero. He's the bad guy. He's
Man with One Red Shoe.
I've never seen that, which we'll get to.
Okay.
Yeah. So essentially, the scale of this movie, Lewis Teague does not have a lot of experience with, and lots of people involved sort of talk about how that was very apparent. He was getting things done, but the chaos of a set this big with this many extras out in the deserts, they actually shot in Morocco. They're shooting in Africa. It's a big thing. Zemeckis, even with his problems, seemed to have more of a handle on the movie in general. But there's a story that I read on a couple of different sources that it doesn't say what scene, but one of the big sort of night shoots with tons of extras, lots of people, they were shooting, and apparently there was no film in the camera. Now, that's not necessarily Louis Teague's fault.
Oh.
But they shot a bunch of stuff without any film in the camera. And they talk about how mad Michael Douglas was, and they had to come back for another day and reshoot everything.
Wow.
I'm going to pontificate and say that I think that this is a hoax. I think that something else happened, and I think that they wanted insurance to pay for it, and I think they concocted the idea that the film loader didn't load the camera. Or the second assistant, or whoever it is. From my experience in the industry, there was something else that happened that day, and the official insurance story was, whoops. Right.
Wow.
Interesting.
Now, I don't know who had the meltdown why we lost the day. Yeah. I don't know what happened.
I like that theory. Yep.
That's cameraman.
Right. We've talked a little bit. So the film was written by Mark Rosenthal, Lawrence Connor. They were sort of a writing team. Legend of Billie Jean, which is a film we'll talk about for this year. Superman 4, Quest of Peace, which came up on our King Solomon Mines episode because it's a canon film. This movie, starring our friend Michael J. Fox, For the Love of Money, is a Rosenthal Connor film. And then Lawrence Connor writes a film that's very important to me, 1993's The Beverly Hillbillies, which is a...
Yeah. Oh, because of Ernest.
Yes. Yeah. And Leah Thompson. Leah Thompson is in it as well.
Okay.
Dabney Coleman is
Mr.
Drysdale. Yeah, that's the character from...
Perfect. Yes, the bank guy.
Yeah, love that movie.
He's in Man with One Red Shoe.
Good.
I'm going to see it. I've never actually seen it.
I just rewatched 9 to 5 the other day. One of my absolute favorite movies. I love that movie so much. He's so great in it.
The girls are good. He's good.
Yes.
Freaking so good. Anything with Dolly Parton, honestly. I could watch her or Lily Tomlin in anything. I guess they're all good. Jane Fonda. Jesus Christ.
It's a great movie. So that's sort of our creative team. The only other person of note that is worth shouting out is our DP, or as I call it, a DOP. Jan
Mr.
de
Big
Bont. Exactly. Very famous cinematographer, but also famous director, because not only does Jan de Bont shoot Die Hard 1988, he works for Joel Schumacher for Flatliners, shoots Basic Instinct, again with Michael Douglas, but he goes on to direct Speed and one of my favorite movies, Twister, 1996, with Bill Paxton.
And there was a third one. Oh, and one of my favorites, The Haunting.
Which
is not a good movie. Voluntarily, I admit it's not a good movie.
2? Is that one of your favorites?
Cradle of Life.
Yes, exactly. Jan de Bont,
top pick.
Lara Croft 2, one of your favorites?
The movie The Haunting from like 1999, I saw it at Universal, up on when I first moved out here. And there's something about when a cinematographer directs, because everything is so exceptionally good looking. This movie is not good. I volunteer that much. But the people in it are doing good work. And the movie is one of the best looking movies I've ever seen in my life because of him and his eye and his sets and everything. Incredible.
I mean, it is interesting because Speed and, he does Speed and Speed 2 and Twister, like they're really good movies. Well, Speed, I haven't seen Speed 2 in a long time. Speed 2, Cruise Control on the boat.
Nicole loved it. Loved it. Loved it.
It's not bad. Everybody knocks it, but
it's not that bad.
I liked it. But of course, put Sandra Bullock in anything I love. So
yeah. I mean,
I think it's the CGI of the cruise ship during the crash that I think people I think it's a good ride.
I was upset Keanu Reeves wasn't in it, but
that's right.
That's the bummer. It's Jason Patrick.
I don't like it when they don't bring back the original actors.
Yeah. Or original writers in this case of Jewel of the Nile. You had brought up Alan Silvestri earlier, Jay. So Alan Silvestri does the score for Romancing the Stone, which is great. Like, Silvestri and Zemeckis working together, great scores. This score, I hated it. It was.
I have multiple comments about the music and score.
So bad.
Awful.
It is
awful.
It's this unfortunate time period where everybody is like, oh, these synthesizers are cool. Wait, I can do all the instrumentation by myself? We don't need to hire a whole orchestra? Oh, I can just play the trumpets and the cellos with my fingers? Everything sounds so fake and bad, and it's terrible score.
My note is, this music is rough. And I go, inexcusable. It just got worse and worse and worse. I had to go back and amend my own note. It went from this is rough to inexcusable.
Let's see what...
And then the choices for the top 40 music, whatever's supposed to get the kids interested in this movie, also poor. Like, whoever the music supervisor is on this, I don't imagine they worked long.
I love that. The freaks come out at night.
Okay, that's the one that works. It's the one that works.
I like that song. I think it's a weird placement in the movie. Like, it's clearly just like a new song.
Yeah, I think it's their anthem. I think that's why they had it on the boombox. It was like, this is how we do it. That's those guys' choice.
What did I write? I wrote
that. In fact, that's written into the story, so even the music supervisor didn't pick that one, right? Like, it's written in the script probably.
I see what you're saying. My note is really missing that Alan Silvestri score off the top. like 3 notes in, I was like, oh boy, this is what this score is going to be. So that score is by Jack Nitzsche. Now, he has done good scores.
Spell that last name. It took me 3 times. Nitzsche.
Yes. And One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, 1975. Cruising, the Friedkin movie with Pacino. Starman does the score for Starman, which has never. I've never been distracted by that score. Stand
I can't
by
think
Me.
of how it goes now. Can you?
No.
It's been a while.
No.
And what's funny about the Starman score is that, like, famously, John Carpenter normally scores his own movies. So having somebody else score the film is actually kind of like an interesting choice for a John Carpenter film.
Giving up some control.
Yeah. So those are sort of the only, like, crew people that I wanted to shout out. Actually, maybe while we're talking about crew, I'll talk about the other sort of tragedy involved with Jewel of the Nile. During pre-production, there's obviously lots of meetings, and one of the big things for a film is location scouting. And people involved, your production managers and your location managers, they all have to go and they have to see the places they're going to be shooting. Well, there unfortunately was a tragic accident where production designer Richard Dawkins and location manager Brian Coates were in a plane crash in the desert, and they were missing for 3 days. And unfortunately, everybody on the plane, the pilot and both Richard Dawkins and Brian Coates, all passed away right before they were about to shoot. So,
wow. So not even from the crash, but from either exposure or hunger or...
Those details, I couldn't find those specifics.
Okay.
But there was a plane crash, and they weren't found for 3 days. It was a sheep herder who was out in the desert who found the
I see. Could have just stumbled upon the wreckage. I get you.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So it's just an unfortunate, Dianne Thomas doesn't pass away until after production, closer to release date. The film itself had troubles crossing the borders with equipment and props. The rumor is that there was some bribes that needed to be, handed out in order to get across different borders. Insane heat, 130-degree heat they're shooting in. They decided to shoot during Ramadan, which is fasting. So for 30 days, a large majority of the people in those locations, the extras and crew, they are all fasting. They're going through their 30-day, fasting all day.
Well, and that was a choice. It's cheaper. A lot of extras in this movie.
Yeah. But apparently tensions were high because there's the first, even if you're fasting all the time, it's an adjustment, right?
People are hangry.
Yes, exactly. So there's just lots of things involved in this production that were not great. All of that mixed around the fact that Kathleen Turner and Danny DeVito kind of didn't want to be there. Michael Douglas, he's maybe in a different position. He is the producer on this film. Whether or not he wanted to make the movie or make the sequel, I don't know. But so you have your stars who don't really want to be there, a script that they're not happy with. You have a bunch of very high tensions with your people, your crew. You're having trouble crossing the borders. Your team members have passed away in a tragic accident. This is just a wonderfully terrible production throughout the entire time.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, tragedy aside for those people who passed away, but then they got to start over. They're like, oh, now we need another production designer, another location scout, and now we have to find their locations and their relationships, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, tensions are high.
Yeah. All right. So obviously our two leads, Michael Douglas, Kathleen Turner. Michael Douglas, household name, really, son of famous actor Kirk Douglas. I love him in films like The Game, the David Fincher movie. Love that movie.
Wall Street,
so good.
Wall Street, Falling Down, Joel Schumacher film.
Falling Down is amazing.
Fatal Attraction. We've talked a little bit about. And a film I've been meaning to see because it also stars Kathleen Turner is The War of the Roses.
Oh yeah.
Danny DeVito's in that as well. I saw the remake that just came out with Benedict Cumberbatch, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I've been meaning.
I didn't know they remade it.
Yeah, it's quite good. I've been meaning.
They sold the Austin Healey from that movie recently at an auction.
The original.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was a good style, but it was really sad. The first one. I won't say the ending. So
I agree.
But
Danny, I couldn't agree with you more. It's like everyone's just so vicious. I couldn't take it. My heart was too good.
Why?
Yeah.
And then obviously Michael Douglas is Ant-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Well, he's the older Ant-Man. Paul Rudd is the new Ant-Man.
Oh, wow.
And any other like Michael Douglas? I mean, he's a producer on this movie. I kind of laughed when it says like a Michael Douglas production, like the opening credit. There's something about like, I was like, you couldn't come up with like a production company name, like it. I don't know. Maybe it's just the like you're like full of himself kind of thing. Well, but I did laugh.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't he produce before he acted?
Yeah.
So in my mind, it's like it would be like a Mark Goodson production or brought to you by Samuel Goldwyn or anything else. And you know what I mean? It just turns out that he joined SAG because of it and then on and on and on. But I could be wrong about that.
I've only ever known him as an actor. So if that's the case, I get it.
Has he acted before Cuckoo's Nest? Wasn't that like one of the first productions?
Well, that's 1975. So maybe I don't know what he was doing before.
I mean, I think of him. Streets of San Francisco is probably where I found him with Carl Malden, the TV show, and it was repeats by the time I saw it. But it was such a great show, and he was so good on it. And then somebody was like, "Oh, that's Kirk Douglas's son." I was like, "Oh, well, I can see it immediately," but I didn't know that.
At first, on Jewel and Nile, they weren't going. He wanted to do the production company of it, but he wasn't going to be the actor.
That's right.
He tried to find a few other actors. They were looking at.
Oh, no kidding.
Reynolds. They were looking at a couple other people.
Yeah, and everybody turned it down.
Everybody turned it down, and they didn't know if he could pull off that movie, and he ended up doing it. I mean, there was a lot of in the very first movie. There was a lot of cast redone so many times, and it just worked out. But yeah, they didn't think at first.
Was the argument that he was too handsome and good looking and like not rugged enough, like he's too polished and pretty?
I'm not sure what
or just carry the role itself.
I don't think he just carry the role. Yeah, But it ended up great. I think he did a great job with it.
Yeah, I mean, the success of these movies are carried by the charisma and the chemistry of Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner. Like, there's no doubts. Like, even any of the successful bits in Jewel of the Nile is all because I'm enjoying watching those two people on screen.
But they had to redo a lot.
Absolutely agree.
The very first portions of them, they felt they were more arguing than getting along. They had to actually when they first showed the test audience in the Jewel of the Nile, they just thought they were angry with each other. And they didn't.
You mean Romancing the Stone?
Yeah, Romancing the Stone. Sorry. Yeah,
we can call him number one. And number
see.
Two.
I got lost again. Oh, that's funny. This will be funny. Yes. Okay, part one.
And they had to recut it, and they had to make the scenes shorter, and they had to do this and this. And then the audience loved it, and they had the charisma to it. But they really didn't.
So they kind of found the chemistry. They almost.
They had to kind of create it.
Well, yeah, because I really like the idea in Romancing the Stone, which has led to many other movies kind of playing off the same sort of notion of somebody who is not comfortable, say, like in the jungle, who is, it's like a fish out of water type thing, in order to do something important, has to put themselves in that position. So in Romancing the Stone, Kathleen Turner's sister has been kidnapped, and she has to go to Colombia to deliver a map that has been sent to her by her deceased brother-in-law, I believe. And she has to deliver the map to the people that have kidnapped her sister, and she gets confused,
that's the motivator.
Gets on the wrong bus and ends up meeting up with Michael Douglas, and he helps her, and they find out that the map is this map to this famous stone, this green gem or whatever. But I like that idea of like a character who is like, a city girl has to come and she's got her high heels in the jungle, right? Like it's kind of a trope at this point, but it's actually like a
6 days, 7 nights.
Yes, exactly. Or a film that I really like, The Lost City is a recent version of that. Sandra Bullock.
Very fun. And very fun.
Primarily, this one is even more related to Romancing the Stone because Sandra Bullock's character is a romance
She's a writer.
novelist. Yes.
That's right. I forgot. So it's kind of a remake.
Yeah. The difference is that she's a little bit more prepared because her deceased husband was like an archaeologist, and so she knows a lot of history and information. She still is in the pink sequins jumpsuit in the jungle, so it's that trope. But when it comes to solving the puzzles,
there was a reason for it. Yes, of course.
The Channing Tatum of it all in this particular film is he is the model that they use to paint all the covers of the romance
on
books.
The covers.
Yes, and he wants to
Fabio.
prove to himself. Exactly, the Fabio. He wants to prove to himself and to Sandra Bullock's character that he actually is like a tough, helpful, man, and wants to go and save her in the jungle. This is a super fun movie.
It's a fun watch.
Yeah.
Fun watch. Brandon, did you watch the other one I told you about yet? That's very similar.
What was
the brother
that
and
one?
sister, John Krasinski and Fountain of Youth.
TV. Yes. No, I have not watched it. I remember you telling me about it now. Yeah.
Highly recommend. Yeah. Natalie Portman's the girl.
Where were
Same thing, really fun.
So Kathleen Turner, wonderful actress. I know her the most as Jessica Rabbit. She is the voice of Jessica Rabbit in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That's what I associate Kathleen Turner with.
The speaking voice, anyway.
Yes, exactly. And I guess Romancing the Stone would be the only other thing that, like, name above title. That's a Kathleen Turner joint, right?
Didn't she do something like Totally Sexy movie before, like Sliver or something? What was it? Just before it.
Let's see what because I have
Sliver is Sharon Stone.
Was that Sharon Stone? Okay.
The Man with
I don't know.
Two
I get them all
Brains,
confused.
The Steve Martin film.
I thought she did.
But she's she's a voice in that one too. She's the girl brain.
Yes.
He's in love with the brain. She's the voice of the brain. She's really just thoughts.
Serial Mom is another one. And I just
for
know
me,
that
it's
poster
Friends.
so well. Oh, Friends. Okay.
You guys know Friends, and she played Matthew Perry's father.
That's right.
He was he played a transvestite showman. I don't know if transvestite's the right word anymore, but he was a gentleman dressing up in a but he wasn't really trans. It was just he was doing it for the show.
Like
I don't know,
drag?
whatever. But anyway, maybe that's the right word. I get confused. But and then also Californication. If anybody watched Californication, she was Zuccolini out. Classic character. Classic with she was Runkle's boss.
Danny, are you thinking of Body Heat or Crimes of Passion?
Body Heat.
Oh, Body Heat.
Yes, that's the one.
I never saw Body Heat.
Yeah, I've never seen it either. Lawrence Kasdan, written and directed. Interesting.
Because I remember hearing about when they casted her for the first one, they didn't think they could downplay her enough. And as we saw in the very first show, she downplayed, and then she got sexier and sexier and sexier throughout the whole movie.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I mean, she's really great in both of these films. Like I said, like it's totally her charisma that it gets me through Jewel of the Nile. Like I don't want to show my cards too early, but
that's fair. It's fair. I find her to be a very good actress.
Yes, even when she's like in the first scene, she like throws her typewriter off of the boat or whatnot, and she's kind of like angry.
Oh yeah, because he's water skiing.
Yes. Like she's over it. She's just great. Yeah, like I'm never annoyed by anything that she's doing, and even in Romancing the Stone, the sort of again like this is not an environment she's comfortable with. She's not annoying, right? Like she's not just like screaming. I hate to use this example, but Willie Scott, the character from Temple of Doom, it gets grating. I really like the character of Willie Scott for what it represents in Indiana Jones. But when I watch Temple of Doom, at a certain point, I go like, all right, when's she going to calm down a little bit? Right. I can only hear so many Indy. Right. And that's what the character of Joan Wilder in Romancing the Stone could have easily been. But she's got a better head on her shoulders, right? Even though she's uncomfortable and this is not her environment, she's able to.
But she is a success at life in one place, and that's being an author. And I think Willie Scott is always sort of aspirational, never really got there. That's why she's playing in Bali or wherever the heck they are.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm going to the motivation of the character.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
So there is some strength in, I've gained success in life. I'm tough enough. It's just never been applied here to the jungle.
She steps into certain rooms and she is, she has the power, right? Like
literally her name gets them out of situations. Like, all right, what now, Joan Wilder? Joan Wilder? You're Joan Wilder?
Exactly. In Romancing the Stone, right? The one guy in town who has a car or who has a phone. He's a Joan Wilder fan.
He doesn't have a phone. You're right about the car. And he doesn't have a car either. It's his little mule. Which, of course, is the Ford pickup. Yeah. And I loved that part, by the way. I loved that whole movie. I really enjoyed it today.
I
really enjoyed it.
I really do.
Yeah. You want to build the little mule?
I want to build a little mule.
Yeah. When I was watching Romancing the Stone and that sequence with the little mule, that car chase through that town, all I could think was just like, man, this is the kind of thing that makes movies like this awesome because it's all real. Like it is really somebody driving that truck in the jungles of Colombia, jumping over that river, doing, big, turns and stopping in that small little town. Like it's undeniably real. There's no trickery in it.
That was real fire, people. That's
it's hard.
Ran over a rooster at one point.
I know. Yes. I felt so bad.
I can't hit my favorite pig, but then he drove right over a rooster.
Yes, exactly.
Actually, a rooster avoids near death in both of these movies.
Oh.
What was the Jewel of the Nile one?
At some point, he falls on a crate of vegetables. Oh, I think it's during the wrestling scene. The guy throws him into a big thing, and the rooster, runs out from behind, just sort of like the car. Yeah, just barely makes it. But I'm sure the Humane Society was not on set that day in Nicaragua. Where'd you say they shot it? Morocco?
Yeah, in Morocco.
Yeah.
All right, and Danny DeVito. I mean, obviously, I love Danny DeVito with all my heart. He has made some of the most important movies to me. He's even directed films like Matilda, which are very important to me growing up. One of my favorites. Just rewatched it the other day, actually. Was on TV.
Does it hold up? It's a beautiful movie. Is it still good?
Oh yeah, it's great. Paul Rubens is in it. He plays one of the police officers scoping the house out. Yeah, wonderful movie. But what was that, Danny?
It's been a while since I saw that one. That was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
1996 is Matilda. But obviously Danny DeVito, we all know him as the Penguin from Batman Returns.
Oh my.
Yeah. Taxi. Twins.
Right. If anybody wants to buy the Hero Batmobile from that movie, come see me.
Dr. J.
And Romancing Stone, did you get
Actually, I just brought Danny to go see it the other day. That's weird. That's weird how this all came together.
And in Romancing a Stone, did you get the Danny DeVito Batman joke when they were in the cave? They were in the cave getting the jewel, and he was taking it from him. Let's get out of here before Batman shows up. He made a Batman joke.
That's pretty funny.
Oh, yeah, before he knew. That's interesting.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, he's great. I also had to write this down. 169 episodes of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Wow.
That is impressive.
Was it second season or third season he came on? Second season, right?
Second, yeah. Famously, they were told that they needed to have a celebrity come in on the show. And they were like, oh man, no.
By the network, FX.
By the network, exactly. And it just so happened that I can't remember the name, but the president of the network was friends with Danny DeVito because they had worked together at Jersey Films, Danny DeVito's production company. And so he said, well, we'll get Danny. And they were like, okay, well, let's
said, let me talk to Danny. And you know the story.
Yeah. It's just great. And then,
but Danny is the biggest fan of that show that there is. He loves doing that show more than anything he's ever done.
Also, he is like the perfect person to do that show because Danny DeVito, especially on It's Always Sunny, can do and say the most horrendous things. And obviously the show is a comedy, it's a satire. They all say and do horrendous things.
Oh, you're right.
But everything, we're still like, oh God, I love that guy, right? Like, there's not 1 ounce of like...
And it's deplorable.
Yes, it's horrendous the things that he does. Yes. But we all love Danny DeVito. He also gets to do like some of the grossest stuff on It's Always Sunny, which he just thrives. When you like,
dude, in the Christmas episode when he slimes out of the leather couch because he's all sweaty and he's naked. Oh my God. They shot that in my old office and it was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. And they had to actually like sew him inside that couch.
Wow.
Well, it was a hollowed out couch, but he was really in there. He really came out of it.
Yeah, he really did.
And ordinarily that was our copy lobby where they were having that little party in that scene at LA Center Studios downtown.
Yeah. I mean, he's wonderful. I got to see him in person at D23, like the Disney Legends ceremony. He came out to present the Disney Legends to James L. Brooks, famed producer and writer of the Simpsons and broadcast news. And but Danny DeVito came out and did this perfect microphone bit where he walks up to the stage and the microphone comes out and it goes way too high. And then he like brings it down and it goes down too low. But I mean, the man is in his 70s now, I believe, maybe late 70s even. And he just is absolutely killing it on It's Always Sunny, and just such a wonderful, wonderful actor and director, really.
I know it was before your time. Did you ever watch Taxi at all?
I love Taxi. I love Taxi so
Me too.
much.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Speaking of Christopher Lloyd, Reverend Jim on Taxi. Yeah.
God, so good.
Yeah. What's his name on Taxi? Louis De Palma? Is that Danny?
Louis De Palma, yeah.
Yeah. Danny DeVito's name. Yeah. Andy Kaufman on Taxi. So great.
Oh, God. You want to start naming. There isn't anybody who was nobody. I would say Tony Danza is the smallest name. Jeff Conaway, maybe.
Mary Lou
and they're
Henner.
all huge. Huge.
Who are we missing? Judd Hirsch.
Judd Hirsch. And
Tim
Latka's girlfriend was
Tim
Conaway.
Tim Conaway. And what's her name from Scrooged? Carol Kane.
Yes. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you.
Yes.
Couldn't think of her name. Yeah. I think I told you Jeff Conaway. I met famously Danny at the Team Fox auction or the Profiles in History auction when we were auctioning Joe Walser's first car that we built.
Okay.
Do you remember that? And he was there, and he had just had surgery or something, and he was on crutches or had those braces things like Forrest Gump thing, and it's the wrong reference, but whatever those. And he kept trying to give me a soda. We were over at the bar together, and he kept trying to. He's like, he goes, I said I don't drink, and he goes, oh, no, I'm not drinking either. Have a Coke, and I was like, no, I don't want that. And he's like, have a Diet Coke. I don't want that. And he was like pushing soft drinks at the Profiles in History auction. It's very funny. It's very funny.
Hey, a hickey.
I can't remember what the anniversary was. It was 25th anniversary.
It might have
been.
Exactly. You were there the night before because we were like trying to finish up Joe's car and.
Exactly. Yeah. It was cram session to get it ready for that auction.
Yeah. I was working on the overhead, and that's all I worked on that night, I think. But everybody had a project where you're just trying to get that car done.
It was kind of the Ecto with Dan Aykroyd. It was like the final screws were going on as we were putting it on the truck.
Right. That was a great day. That was a good one too.
Yeah. So you think 25th anniversary? So that's 15 years ago, 16 years ago?
I would say about that.
We've been friends too long, buddy. Too old for this shit.
If it was the 25th anniversary, I have such a memory because the 25th anniversary had this really nice box set that came out with all the 3 films. And
yeah, I gave them to all my friends.
Yeah,
they sent us a case of them. The blue one, right?
Yes. Yeah. It folded out. I believe that's the 25th. It had a little slip cover with like a little Velcro. But I have such a distinct memory of knowing it's coming out, the release date of the new trilogy. I don't even know if it was Blu-ray. I think it was just a new DVD release of it.
25th was the first time it was going to be on Blu-ray because we did this bonus feature for it, and Nicole did some of the PR for it.
That's probably why I was very excited for it then. It must have been the first Blu-ray release. But I remember going to my local, video sale store in the mall. CD Plus is what it was called. And I was there to get it the day it dropped. I was so excited. And I loved that box set, flipping open all those pages. Yes, it is. You're right. It is because I remember the double disc. It's the Blu-ray and the DVD. Yeah. Oh man.
Exactly. Had everything.
It's a very special set. I don't have it in here.
Check out my bonus feature on the 3rd disc.
Okay, I will. I don't have it in here because it's in
me and Dean Kundi driving the time machine around.
It's in my Blockbuster. I would show it, but it's in my Blockbuster.
I wish you could walk around. We got to send that to Danny. He built a Blockbuster video in the car garage.
Oh, that's
incredible.
So
awesome. Yeah.
And it's so authentically done. You need credit, like props to you, man. That is so well done.
Thank you. I didn't mean to bring it up like that, but normally I would show this.
That's right. But
Good job. Exactly. It's just not with me. It's in the garage.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a great time.
Thought I had it here in my collection.
Because then after that was that really cool one that had the flux capacitor with the little light up box that came with the animated series as well. I think that was maybe 30, so like 5 years after.
Must have been, yeah.
One too.
This is his Blockbuster video.
Yeah, it's on the Instagram, BC DeLorean.
On Instagram,
and it's on the YouTube page, BC DeLorean as well. But
isn't this fantastic?
Wow.
I mean, obviously this is just a taste, but go watch the whole thing on his channel. It's really, really, really well done. You can tell. Like there were things that I was looking at, and I was like, oh, I didn't remember that till I just saw it.
Right.
You know, some of the stickers you have in the windows and stuff are crazy. So nostalgic.
My favorite one is I made a "No cash kept on premises overnight" sign for the window.
It's perfect. It's perfect. I feel like I've seen it. It was familiar when I saw it.
I don't know if it's a real one. I made a Blockbuster version of it, but seeing those clear windows, I was like, that's one thing I need. I need a "No cash kept on premises" sign.
That's awesome.
Hey, Danny, you've seen a lot of replicas. Have you seen a Biff's truck, Biff's auto detailing truck that says guaranteed 2 coats of wax on the back?
No, I saw it in the garage.
Oh, okay. Well, because that's a little nod that Brandon did to his own, but now people are replicating it. You know how that happens? They're like, oh, that's canon.
That's great.
Oh, you can't see the tailgate. But yeah, on the tailgate, because you never see the tailgate in the movie, it's down when Biff's out there. So yeah, our tailgate has a little tagline that says 2 coats of wax guaranteed.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you got the Marty truck.
But it's funny now that somebody sees a picture and then they start replicating that.
Yeah.
Sound familiar?
It's just like, everybody replicates the A card to the exact bolt and screw, and there was differences. But
yeah, well, somebody messaged me about some of the props that I had in my Biff cleaning truck, and not everything that I have in there, like because he has like a napkin on the one side, he's got a Mountain Dew can, he's got some like Armor All bottles and stuff, but then certain other things I just put in to like fill out my little cleaning tray. Right. I have accurate vintage Armor All bottles, but somebody was asking me about like, what is that specific thing? What is that specific thing? And I was like, oh, those aren't accurate. That's just to fill out the display so it looks complete.
Right.
But that's how it happens.
Turtle wax, right? Wasn't it turtle wax?
I have turtle wax too. Yeah.
Turtle wax bottle. Yeah. I remember those little ones.
Is Mountain Dew made by Pepsi? Pepsi Cola?
I think so. Yeah, it must be.
Because that's there's the hat on the guy driving the Jeep in the beginning is Mountain Dew as well.
Not Steven Spielberg. Yeah.
Yeah, I just picked up.
Yeah, he's actually, what is he, the production designer or location guy? I can't remember. He's some other crew member.
Yeah, he's
There you go. Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, I've been looking for one of those.
Yeah, found it on eBay a couple of months ago, and I went, okay, gotta have that. Yeah. But yeah,
you guys are outbidding each other. It's hilarious.
Probably, yeah.
I got a bunch of stuff here, kind of just to see the whole rack there, but I have an office at home that basically duplicates that too. So
yeah.
Like I've been collecting 26 years. So
yeah.
Do you still have my Kobe Bryant sun visor?
Yep, I got that at home.
Awesome.
I don't have it in my office at home. I have it though.
Sold the car, kept the Kobe Bryant thing because that was a special day, and ended up giving it to him.
Yeah.
And Jay also gave me a couple of John DeLorean signed the videotape and the toy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right. That's right. Stuff that Kat had given me over the years.
Our Johnny Carson car, the glove box, is signed by John DeLorean. But one of the things that I think is funny is that it's signed upside down because whoever owned the car at that time took the glove box lid off and gave it to him.
Handed it to them.
And he signed it. But I was like, the one person who should know which direction the glove box goes is John DeLorean.
That's funny. Didn't think about that. That's hilarious.
So you kind of have to turn upside down and look through the front windshield to see the John DeLorean signature.
Yeah. Signatures are great. I'm not one that likes signatures on my car, though. I just don't,
I am the same way.
We got chastised.
Yeah.
So I have Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox signed on the car, but they are on the back side of the visors. Nice. So in order to see the signatures, you flip them down,
right?
And then you just flip them up like the way they are in the movie. Oh, is that Kobe?
That's Robert Zemeckis there.
No, it's Zemeckis. But, he was the first person to sign our DeLorean, and he and Bob Gale did it, just because we brought it down to that set. But they just got in the car and just fucking signed the day.
Yeah. And you were like, no, so, I don't like signatures.
I didn't really. Well, you're right, because I was there was a yes, but we weren't going to say no, and it's the dash pad, which of course could come right.
Did you imagine you cut off Robert Zemeckis halfway through his signature, so you have like half a Zemeckis signature in your car? Like,
what are you doing?
You don't.
That's
I
funny.
don't care that you made it. You don't get to sign that. You don't get to write on my car.
Who the hell do you think you are?
Who do you think you are?
Bob Gale too, but I guess Bob Gale apparently signs all of them. So I guess, and I didn't know this till Adam the Woo. He's like, dude, you got Zemeckis? He goes, nobody gets Zemeckis. And I was like,
true.
I didn't really realize that, but according to Simon Wells, I guess he doesn't really do this sort of thing.
Right.
I don't know what that means. Meaning, like entertain us nerds. I don't know.
I met him at the musical, at the Back to the Future. They had me bring a bunch of. I got a couple of Back to the Future cars. One was mine that I built for a customer that was all lit up in there. And there was another one built by another builder. And then we had a stock car. And Robert Zemeckis was supposed to get into the, not so nice Back to the Future car, I guess. And he comes over and he sees mine all lit up. And he went, I want that one. I went, yes. Yes, he wants mine.
Amazing.
So they drove them all up in there. That was really neat.
Yeah, I think
that's awesome.
For him, he's still a very high in demand working director, right? Like he's not at the point in his career where he has to look back, right? So
that's interesting.
Yeah. There's lots of people that in order to maintain a career, and in the crazy business that is Hollywood, they kind of are forced to look back, especially with the rise and the popularity with all these conventions and the autograph sessions, and which is all wonderful. It's so great. I myself love going to conventions and meeting these people that mean a lot to me and getting my 5 seconds with them and getting them to sign some random VHS tape that's in my collection. I love all of that.
Yeah. That's
certain people, they're not at the point of their careers where they need to do that or even think about doing that, right? And I think Robert Zemeckis
some people
is one
just
of those
aren't
people.
Nostalgic in general. Yeah, that's
exactly.
A good point. I tell you what, though, this day, I don't know if I think Simon told the story. He didn't necessarily know what he was going to see, but like he leaned on that door and just stood there and stared into the car without like kind of saying anything for a couple minutes.
Well,
and he did get nostalgic.
Yeah.
That was Christmas Carol, right? That's what you were saying. He was working on Christmas Carol.
That's what Simon thought. I think he's incorrect. I think it was, but it's the same time. No, it was motion capture. It was
Polar Express.
But but it was later. It was for the walk. He was doing tests for the walk, the tightrope one.
Really,
and then he ended up. Yeah, and he ended up. According to Simon, they ended up doing that one live action, and that's Simon there in the orange, by the way, in the picture. And his wife took this picture, ironically. Shout out to Wendy.
Yeah, lots of really great
whatever
stories.
that was. What was that, like 2008 or something? Well,
the movie came out in 2015. I just looked it up.
Oh, okay. This would have been October 15th, 2008. These are all time-stamped. That makes sense.
What was Zemeckis doing in 2008?
Yeah, there you go.
That had to be a great
I know that it was definitely a motion capture stage because of where we were, and we were on the stage. They gave us a tour.
Polar Express, like 2002 or 2004 or something. Let's see what he's doing.
Earlier, 4, I was going to say, yeah.
Let's see, 2008. Oh, Beowulf is 2007. Oh no,
he directed Beowulf?
2008. Yes. Yeah. Wait, he's
this.
No, I hate IMDb's update.
These were October 15th, 2008 is what the metadata says.
So it is Christmas Carol because Christmas Carol comes out 2009. So he does Polar Express 2004, Beowulf 2007, and Christmas Carol 2006, all motion capture movies. Yeah.
There you go. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Corroborating Simon Wells' story.
One for Simon Wells, although I still say he's wrong about Sepulveda Tunnel being in Back to the Future 2. Well, I actually think he might be right about that. I have a new theory on this, Brandon. I think they used both. You want to hear it real quick since Danny's here?
Yeah, sure.
We obviously see the Toontown Tunnel in part 2 for the hoverboard chase, and Rick Carter famously did the reducing piece at the end with the forced perspective painting to make it seem longer and all that.
And is this the tunnel on the way to the Griffith Observatory?
Yes, on Vermont Avenue in Griffith Park, just up from the Greek Theater. And right up from the starting line. You're exactly on point.
Okay.
But there's that scene where it's shot from the side, and there's famous outtakes where Michael J. Fox pretends he's swimming, hanging from the cables.
Yes.
That is an actually long tunnel. You can't fake it from the side with a forced perspective. So I'm thinking they shot that part in the Sepulveda Tunnel, which is what Simon said it was the Sepulveda Tunnel, because it's long and straight.
Because the Toontown Tunnel for Griffith Park is not long enough, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and it's also not wide enough to get that shot. It's not possible. So, because it's such a narrow tunnel, which is why in this way it looks so good.
Yeah.
But if you were to put it sideways and you're looking at a profile with Michael J. Fox and a tow truck and a hanging grid and all of that stuff against the thing, there's not enough room to put the camera in another truck and all that other stuff. So I think he's right, but only for that shot. Which is, if I recall, it's a side shot of him kind of kicking, on the ground.
Makes sense.
Because I went crazy on research on that one afterwards, because I was like, it's obviously the Griffith Park Tunnel.
Yeah, we all know this.
Yes.
It's undebatable.
Yeah.
The walls got to be different because they were built in such different times. So we have to really look at that.
Well, so you're right. And if you look at it, the walls are different. The whole thing looks a little bit different.
Okay.
And even if they put a facade up the whole side of it, it's still, it just wouldn't be possible, the length and the size in the Toontown Tunnel.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I do think he's right. It's just not only, it's both.
Yeah. All right. Jewel of the Nile.
I know. Woo! Tonight's Indiana Jones film segment has been brought to you by.
One of the unfortunate parts of Jewel of the Nile specifically, and it plagues movies of this, is not casting people of the appropriate background and essentially brown facing people. So our lead Egyptian Arab actors are not so Omar is played by a Greek man, and our titular Jewel is played by a guy from New York. Avner Eisberg is a vaudevillian performer who plays Al Jahara, the Jewel of the Nile, and Spiros Focus is Omar, the Greek actor. So,
in all fairness, to balance that out, every other actor is local, and this is their only movie, and all their names match.
Yes,
they're the flying Karamazan brothers, and it's like Barak and Arak and Karak and Lamarck and
no, that is their character names. Those are all a bunch of white guys. Their actual names are Paul, Howard, Randall, Samuel, Timothy.
What?
They're not even actually Russian. The name, the Karamazov brothers, is just a reference to it's like a Tolstoy novel.
I can't believe this. Like the Flying Melendez brothers or something. I can't believe this. So all those guys and I checked them all. They have all done one movie, only this.
Yes, and Seinfeld. They were in one episode of Seinfeld.
The one with the Flying Melendez brothers.
Yes.
With the jacket.
Yes.
With the crest on it. Oh my God.
So
this is you just blew my mind, dude. Yeah. Okay, so you're right. Well, my memory had the Jewel.
Yeah. I was just gonna say
I thought the Jewel was Fisher Stevens.
Oh, well, speaking of
because of Johnny Five.
Yes. Yeah. The irony is that I rewatched Short Circuit and Jewel of the Nile in the same day, and I was like, "Oh my God!" Like I'm doing all these brown face movies. What's going on?
Dude, you're describing my day. I went to the mechanic, came back, and had to do all these movies. What was the first one? Johnny Five, because I got to do my panel questions for Steve and Ali.
Circuit.
And then Romancing, and this one. Thank you, Short Circuit. Short Circuit, Romancing, and Jewel of the Nile.
Yeah.
And I was taken with the exact same thing, but I had the wrong actor in the wrong brown face.
Yeah. Now,
I thought it was him saying just John Wilder.
Yeah, no. I will say that even movies that are touted as some of the greatest movies ever made, movies we all love, also suffer from this problem. And it's just I knew this fact, but I was reminded of it today because I was watching Raiders of the Lost Ark while I was working in the garage today. And do you guys know that the famous
I know where you're going with this.
The sword wielding big guy that Harrison Ford shoots down, that is a stuntman in brownface. In fact, it is the same stuntman who plays the German mechanic at the end that gets
propellered.
Yeah, he gets propellered, exactly. So even movies that we love and celebrate also suffer from this like lack of trying to find somebody else to fit the part.
Well, I find that one tiny bit more forgivable because they clearly were going for someone of size, and he was the 7-footer on set. Right.
Yeah, I mean,
but I do see your point, obviously. But they made him look
And to tie it into Jewel of Nile, the Avner Einsberg, who plays Al Jahara, they wanted a vaudeville performer, and he doesn't even really do that much impressive work in the movie. He juggles. They're telling me they could not
balances
find
the umbrella
person,
on his thumb.
Yes, they couldn't find one person in Egypt that could juggle and balance an umbrella. And Omar.
I bet one of the Melendez brothers could have done it.
Well, they're white too.
Well, good point.
But even Omar, like he not only is a Greek actor in brownface, but did you know that he's also dubbed?
Oh,
he's dubbed by a British actor. Yeah, I couldn't find who.
Honestly, I'm really impressed
voice.
with that because usually I can pick it out production wise, and you're right. I did not realize that.
I didn't either. The whole movie. It wasn't until I was doing my research that I was like, he's dubbed? It's very impressive dubbing.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So
this movie was expensive, by the way, so they probably spared no expense on that dubbing.
Yeah. I mean, it was double the budget of Romancing the Stone.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I've got notes here for some of the large scale sets and the miniature sets and the military stuff, and they destroyed everything. It's very expensive.
I mean, the best scene in this whole movie is the fighter jet escape. This is where the movie was.
Totally.
I was like, this is awesome. I have never seen anything like this in a movie, and it all works. The action is good. Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner, and I guess Al Jahara, he's in the cockpit too. Yeah, the three of them
in the back.
Everything's working. It's exciting. There's explosions. It's
totally agree.
It's funny because they're driving an F-16 fighter jet through this, market. It's a great sequence,
dude. I that's the only sequence I remember from a kid was the fighter jet.
Yeah, and truthfully,
and as an adult, I'm picking apart how they did it with a production background, and I was blown away.
Yeah, well, that jet is a mock-up. It's a military training mock-up jet built with a 350 cubic inch engine Chevy motor.
That's what I was going to say, because the differential is between the wheels, and if you look, you can see the axle spinning all the way to the. You can see the centrifugal joints as it's driving the rear wheels. Yeah. I thought it was super cool. So I was going to ask you about this. So it's a real training plane that they somehow modified for the purposes of this.
Not a real F-16 jet. It's still made out of, lighter weight materials, and, it's not real, metal panels and all that. I don't even know what his training.
Pre-existing. I guess I should have said pre-existing
Yes.
versus production made.
Yeah, it seems like it's something that they were like, oh, this exists over there. Like, we can use this. Let's write a
Modify
sequence.
it.
Yes. Yeah. Instead of a car chase,
So
good. Leaving this city, let's do this car chase in a fighter jet. Definitely.
There are even good jokes and comedic timing in that scene, though. It felt like it was directed by somebody else.
I
like Zemeckis or someone else.
The editing is good. I think
Jan de Bont.
Jan de Bont. Maybe he. Oh, interesting. It's a good connection. Maybe
I
he
hate
did
to break
direct
scoops here, but
yeah,
maybe I mean, the main actors were there, so you wouldn't think it was second unit. But if it was as crazy as we say it was, and there was that day we forgot the film in the camera,
yeah, could
just
be.
saying. I love when it's not Space Invaders. Oh, it is Space Invaders. I thought that was great. And then blowing up the door at the end when they're out of guns, but he's like jams the thing down, kind of like when Michael J. Fox starts the DeLorean. Love it. I
love that it catches that basket on the pointed tip of the
and they leave it there,
and it's on there the whole time. Great thing. Okay, so Jewel of the Nile is it picks up right after Romancing the Stone. Michael Douglas or I should say Jack Colton and Joan Wilder. They're on the Angelina, the sailboat that Jack purchases at the end of Romancing the Stone after clearly selling the stone because he's got those gator boots and he's got the big sailboat, his dream. And they are
Columbia off the back of the boat for some reason.
Yeah, it was Columbia.
Columbia's on the back of the boat at the end of the first one as it drives up. By the way, the thing that blew me away about the first movie more than anything else was the closing shot. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they got the street closed for that long. And then they must have put up a fake sail that would allow wind to go through it because you would never. The moment you hit the intersection, that thing would fall over from the Manhattan crosswinds. So, I don't know how they did it, but it was so impressive.
There's got to be height restrictions in New York City. There's.
No. There's no power lines. It's all Con Ed's, all underground. So, and in the old days, and probably still now, I think still now, the light posts don't go all the way over the street. And so you could do what they did back then. I just don't know how they did. Yeah.
Why
would you? Vanilla Sky has a similar shot, but it's in Times Square, and they famously got like 8 minutes to close down Times Square to get that shot. It was some tiny window. Yeah.
Well,
so I don't know how they did it, but it was great.
I Am Legend, they closed a lot of streets during that too, didn't they? I Am Legend.
Oh, I don't know. I should see that again. That's the Will Smith dystopian whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
It just looks like they closed a lot of streets because if you look way far back, you kind of see something. But
in my mind, we were already into CGI at that point. Is it? Is that worth watching? Should I check that out? I think I saw it when it came out, and I don't remember.
I liked it a lot when it was out. I have not revisited it for many, many years.
Right. I Am Legend, right? I Am Legend?
I Am Legend, yeah.
And he's got the dog, and there's all the zombies.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's two different endings. If you get the DVD, it has an alternate ending.
Yes, I remember that, yes.
Watch the movie.
Oh, okay.
And then watch the alternate ending. I kind of like the alternate ending a little bit better, but, it's something to look out for.
Okay, I'm like that too sometimes too. If there's a director's cut where the ending's different, I often like the director's ending versus the release ending, the theatrical release ending.
But I love that movie. I think that was a great movie.
Yeah, I have to check in with I Am Legend again.
Me too.
I did forget about the opening of this film. Jewel and I opens up with another romance novel, but what is different about this one?
The first one was believable. This one is obviously fake. For me,
exactly,
anyway.
and it's clearly like, oh, we need to get as much screen time out of Kathleen Turner and Michael Douglas. So put them as the two romantic leads in this, soap opera.
Right,
romance novel.
It wasn't her in the beginning.
Yes, and what's so great about the opening of Romancing the
wet
Stone?
T-shirt.
Yes, it is the character in Joan Wilder's book. The heroine in her book, and it's a much more interesting opening to the movie.
Is that because the last story at the end of the last movie was her own story? And, how'd you write it so fast and all that? Did we make a morph there that now we're just following?
I think the idea is that because she's sort of in love with Jack, she's, I guess, writing all of her stories. Yeah. The romantic.
And she can't finish it because she's not stimulated right now. I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah. I think it's maybe a bit of both. It's probably an idea of like, yes, she puts herself in her own stories now because of she's with Jack, a man she loves. But it's also from a production standpoint, let's get the reason people are coming back to the theater to see this movie is let's get their faces on screen right away, and they can camp it up because it's a heightened sort of dream world that we're existing in, her imagination at this point. But it's not as effective as Romancing the Stone. And it's like it's just fine. Like I get what they're doing, but it's just not that great ultimately. I like the way it looks, the Jan de Bont of it all. I love that, like the pink cyc behind the boat. I like everything. I like the dream world. But the scene itself is not great, and it's not very funny.
No, and it seemed it was hokey intentionally, and then I don't know what that would be. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I agree. A fine idea didn't land.
Yeah, exactly. And that's when we find out that he's out there skiing because it's a good cut. Like it cuts directly to Michael Douglas with his big smiling face out skiing. And then we find that Joan Wilder is kind of suffering from writer's block. And they're in Cannes, this beautiful French, bay with their big sailboat. And I mean, I don't even know like how deep into this plot we really want to go, because there is hardly anything happens in this movie, but a lot of things happen. She goes to this book meeting and she meets this wealthy, powerful leader of a country, Omar, and he basically hires Joan Wilder to write a biography or a memoir for him, and he's kind of whisking her away.
Like he straight up woos her.
Exactly.
She's not sure what to make of him, and he's like, no, we're doing this.
Yes.
This is an invitation. You should be honored.
Yes. And sort of a big moment is there's like an attempt on his life. One of the waiters at the event, when they're getting in the car, runs to try to stab him, right? As like a big, sort of a big moment. And he's got his like protective, chainmail vest on. And Joan is sort of whisked away to with Omar, leaving behind Jack's character. Jack gets the information that Omar's actually a bad man, and then just happens to run into Danny DeVito, like in that like that garbage bin, essentially.
Garbage.
Yeah.
And then we get about three minutes of exposition after that of where Danny DeVito's been and why we should be upset and why we should care about what happens next.
It's such a obvious shoehorn. Like they have to put Danny DeVito in this movie. And like he doesn't even necessarily want to be there. Although actually one thing I did read is that Danny DeVito wanted to direct this movie, but hadn't directed any feature films yet. So they turned him down. Because he hadn't is it Throw Mama from the Train? I think that's his directorial debut.
Yeah, and that's not fantastic. I like it, but it's not great. It's not wonderfully directed.
No, he finds his stride later with Matilda and Death to Smoochie. Like.
God.
Yeah.
Love Death to Smoochie with Robin Williams.
Yes, and Ed Norton. Such a great movie.
I know. I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah, I love that movie so much.
You've never seen that one, Danny?
Seen that one.
Oh, it's fun. It's like the inside out of a children's network show. It's really fun.
The dark side of children's
The dark side.
Yeah. With Robin Williams as essentially like a Barney type character, and he's getting replaced,
getting canceled.
Oh no,
with the new kid.
No, he's not the Barney character. Ed Norton is the Barney character, I believe.
I thought Ed Norton was the younger character who's coming to replace.
Maybe
I think they're both Barney type characters. One's Smoochie, and then one's the new guy.
Let's see.
And then there's Toys.
That's what I think I'm mixing up, because he both wears like a funny suit and top hat in both.
It's a funny outfit in both, yeah. Death to Smoochie is the like you said, it's the child show, but I think one, the young guy is taking the old guy's job.
So Ed Norton is the Barney character, the dinosaur character, and Robin Williams is he's like the traditional children's entertainer with the funny colored suit and the top hat.
You're right.
He's
right.
essentially
That's what it
getting
is.
replaced by Barney. He's the classic children's show, and Barney is coming in and taking all the kids' attention away from him, and it's a descent into madness set in the world of children's entertainment. Wonderful movie.
You're right. And it parallels reality, because he is sort of a Mr. Rogers, Captain Kangaroo type of guy.
Exactly.
And then Barney comes along. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah,
I definitely want to see it again now.
Yeah.
So wait, how did we start talking about him? What was the connection? Somebody.
Danny DeVito directed Death to Smoochie.
Oh, he directed that. Well, done. Okay, cool.
So Omar, we find out, is bad. Jack and Ralph are together. They're gonna go and help and find Joan and save Joan, and they all end up in I can't remember what country they end up going to, but whatever country Omar is the leader of, right? And he's sort of, like you said, he's wooing her. He's showing her around. Goes to the parade. They're holding up, portraits of him, and he's kind of slimy, right? Like he's coming across as slimy.
Agreed.
And we find out about this jewel of the Nile. It's kind of, Omar has taken the jewel of the Nile. The other part of this movie that I kind of like as an idea is that Omar is trying to trick his people, right? He's using magic and showmanship. Like, he even hires that stage rock show producer to
he wants to represent a miracle.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what the fire was about, the hand on fire.
Yes, he wants to fake a miracle, essentially, to trick the people into following him as a religious figure.
He's a false deity, I think they call it.
Exactly, which is a concept that I do like. I think it's a really interesting thing to explore. Now,
it's twofold too. He's not just trying to trick him. He also has the real deal that he's kidnapped and kept sequestered because he can really do it.
Which is a real big stretch at the end of the movie. Like, to go from this guy.
Oh, Mr. Last Crusade, what's going on here? Your favorite movie ever? Same kind of believing, isn't it?
Faith. I mean, I get that, but the Romancing the Stone and Jewel of the Nile doesn't play
on
with
those.
that. Yeah, with that. Whereas Raiders, from the end of Raiders is the power of God coming out of the ark, right? Close your eyes, Marion, right? There is magic and ghosts in the Indiana Jones franchise. So when it comes to a knight living in a cave for thousands of years, I buy it, right?
Yeah, it's believable.
Whereas at the end of Jewel of the Nile, a character that I've seen juggle and balance an umbrella throughout the film, all of a sudden he's walking through blue screen fire.
Worst effect in the movie. Good point. Worst effect in the movie.
I'm not on board. I'm not on board with the Jewel.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
I mean, I should say, we find out that the Jewel of the Nile is the Al Jahara. It is this guy. He's
been trying to tell us the whole time.
The prophet.
Yes, that is me.
And again, I get the idea that they're going with, but there is something to Romancing the Stone is a treasure map where they go and they find a treasure. And I love the idea of a item that then the third act in Romancing the Stone is great. I mean, everything with the alligator and the guy getting his hand bit off.
The villain. Oh my God. Yes.
Even just the
so good.
The conceit of Joan is being attacked up at the castle wall, and Jack has the alligator by the tail that has swallowed the jewel, and just that like classic, he has to
Sophie's
choose.
choice.
Exactly. Yeah. Does he save the woman he is interested in and eventually, you know, he falls in love with, or does he go after what he originally was always after, which was money and you know, jewels? It's a great bit. This movie doesn't have any of that. They find the quote unquote jewel of the Nile right away. It's this guy, and they have to protect him, I guess. Really, they have to bring him to the people. I just
mm-hmm. Has what's his name? Who was the director? What was his name?
Louis Teague.
Louis Teague. Does he have any writing experience that we know of? Because Zemeckis has quite a bit of writing experience, and exactly what you're talking about are, you know, some of that stuff's in the script and some of that stuff on the, you know, the set on the day coming up with.
Yeah, that's a fair point. You're right. Down. Like it's happening.
Oh, there you go. So I'm curious, how much of that was lacking in this one?
Yeah, you're right. Like a great strength of a director is being able to figure out those problems on the day, because, you know, a script is great, and a great script is great. But when you're in the jungles of Colombia, maybe not everything on paper is working in real life.
Yes, you have to know when it's working or not. Exactly. And just because it's on the page and you're delivering what the studio asked you to deliver, you know, if you're treating it as a job and you're just hired versus like an artist who's treating it as their work and they're representing them, you know.
Yeah, it seems that Louis Teague's experience, he's credited more as a second unit director and an editor. Then he has 2 writing credits, but they're of nothing of note. So
I don't think I can complain about the editing of this movie. Maybe that's his strength. The editing I thought was pretty tight.
Yeah. The gang escapes with the Al Jihara. That leads us to this fighter jet scene we were talking about. They're the gang.
I know, I'm laughing because of It's Always Sunny.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
The gang escapes.
Yes, exactly. The gang finds the jewel. And then I guess our other big sequence is them escaping up this mountain and getting shot at.
Well, we get the train too. There's the train. Which I forgot all about. The train
comes a little bit later.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's jet. They escape out of the jet. They get to this mountain. Ralph.
Oh, the cliff face. They got to scale the cliff face.
Yes. Ralph is separated and he's with the guy that tried to kill Omar at the beginning. I think they're called the Suki, the Suki gang or whatever. The freaks come out at night. Ralph is with them. But yes, they
By the way, they do that nonstop in the movie. Everybody does, including Michael Douglas, just to be very clear. Yeah. That's not me. Okay, thank you. It's in air quotes, everybody, when I do that, if you're listening to this.
So they scale this cliffside and they get shot at, and then when they reach the top of it, there's a tribe up there and they're welcoming in energy, and they find out that, or the tribe leader assumes that Jack and Joan are married, but the second he finds out that Joan is single, he proposes his son to take Joan's hand in marriage, and Jack has to wrestle him in order to save Joan from being married to this, you know, tribesman's or this tribe leader's son. These are all the things that I'm just like, this is not good. I don't like where this movie. I don't like these set pieces, right?
I felt they were literally picking scenes from other movies and inserting scene here.
Yeah,
it felt like all of the Post-its are on the wall. Let's just rearrange them and put them.
And like it's fine, I guess. He fights this. He wrestles this guy, and the Al-Jahara distracts him by balancing an umbrella, allowing Jack.
Well, she's saying do something. He says I am, and he's just getting their attention away.
And he wins by knocking out
with his vaudeville skills.
Yeah, it's just like at this point we are halfway through this movie, and nothing has happened. Nothing. We have one.
The movie should be an hour and 15 minutes, and not an hour and 45 minutes.
True. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit.
So maybe I do have a complaint about the editing.
I mean, there is things that happen in between, but I'm just like, nothing of note, nothing of important until we get to a couple. Like the train is sort of the next set piece, which is a good.
Danny,
go ahead.
Sorry. Danny, I know you haven't watched this recently, but do you remember anything from this movie?
No, I do remember certain scenes of it. I remember the fighter jet scene. I remember a lot. I remember some. Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a while. But
so you probably are in the same boat I was this morning before watching it. Okay.
Like my notes are Jack wrestles tribe fighter for Joan. Then right after that, train sequence. Like it's just like I'm like, man, oh man. And the train sequence isn't bad. Like there's some good stuff that happens in it.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's not the greatest train fight I've ever seen. But it's real. Like I have to.
Yeah, the cinematography is great.
Credit. Yes, I have to give it credit because it's a 1985 film. So these are people really on a train. These are things really happening.
Yeah. I missed that.
And yeah, essentially
note to filmmakers of today, I missed that.
Yeah. Essentially, they get trapped again. Omar captures them, and
Omar just won't die.
Jack and Joan, they get strung up over this pit, and it's this big elaborate like discussion of like putting these ropes they're tied up with these ropes, and the ropes are holding them above the pit. And does the pit have snakes in it?
Bottomless pit.
Oh, it's a bottomless pit. Yeah, no. So it's the bottomless pit. They're hanging up it. They put goat's blood on the rope, which the rats like to eat. So the rats are chewing through the rope. It's just like, it's too much. It's so much.
But even he goes, this is so elaborate. Who would have thought of this? And she's like, I wrote it in my blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yes, I remember. Okay, that's not a bad joke. Yes.
Well, it is a bad joke, but it's maybe not a bad, whatever. They explain the bad scene with the bad joke. How's that?
You are correct. They do explain that away based on her writing. But that's another thing that, like, her being an author comes up a little bit more in Romancing the Stone, and this movie maybe I kind of forgot.
You're right.
It wasn't until that moment.
I mean, Omar finds her because she's famous and she's that's why he wants her.
Yeah, true.
But then we kind of just, you're right, it's not brought up again. It never helps them again in a situation like it did in the first movie.
Yeah.
She doesn't have any big fan.
Yeah. Yeah, so Ralph comes, and again, like, it's just he monologues, he yells at Al-Jahara, says that he's like not gonna help them, whatever, and then accidentally undoes the whole rope and drops the ladder that's gonna save them all at the same time. Like, it's just convenient.
The rat was gonna like bite his cigarette. It was gonna touch his hand or something.
Something like that.
Is that what happened? Like there was some. Yeah,
I remember him like stepping in the rope, and he falls, and then the ladder falls and saves them. It's just like
they land. He goes upside down. It was a cool Rube Goldberg, but it was just like, what are we doing?
Yes,
I'm with you.
And again, we are now.
What's the tone of this movie? Pick one.
Yeah, and like we are now an hour and a half into this movie. We kind of essentially have like one final sequence left, which is Omar's big stage show, presenting his powers,
the Coliseum,
his quote unquote powers to the people. which, you know, there's some cool things in it. There's a couple cool fights. I like Michael Douglas swinging from the crane. It's cool. He swings right into camera. It's a cool shot. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, they throw Omar in the fire, and this is when we have the Jewel of the Nile walk across this stage is ablaze, right? Like there's flame, everything is catching on fire, and the big moment
because they dropped the big old sign and it caught the whole thing up, and one thing led to another, dominoes.
Yeah, the big moment is the Al Jihara walking through the flames. And I guess it's a miracle. It's showing.
It's supposed to be real because they're showing the power of you mentioned the power of God before, the way it's shooting out of the ark and everything.
Yeah.
And they kind of do the same thing from the sky, which is clearly not a special effect because we just saw what the special effects could do.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it because I guess the Indiana Jones stuff for me sort of paved the way for it. But you're right, it wasn't ever in this universe before.
No.
Except it was the whole movie long. They were telling us the whole movie long, and that was the payoff. If the Jewel didn't do something spectacular at the end like that, why is he a Jewel? What does he just know stuff?
Well, I think maybe that's how I took it. I was like, oh, he's a Jewel because he's a good performer. He's a good showman. He can juggle a lot of umbrellas. I didn't take it literally as he's this precious commodity. I was just like, oh, he puts on a really good show. He's a real popular performer out in Morocco. He can fill a theater, puts butts in seats.
Morocco's got talent.
Exactly. You know how they refer to someone who is so precious and as a jewel, right? Like it's just like
I get it now.
Yeah.
But then but at what stake? Yeah, I get it. I guess I was expecting it. The funny thing, though, is I didn't remember any of this. That whole ending was as though I had never seen this movie before. I didn't remember any of it.
I
probably didn't get it as a kid.
A very forgettable film, I think, because I had the same. I've definitely seen it before because I've seen Romancing the Stone a couple of times, and I'll be honest, I'm not even the biggest fan of Romancing the Stone. I think it's a good movie. It's fine, but it's. My connection to Romancing the Stone is just the interesting nature of it being a Zemeckis film before Back to the Future, right? Like I think the history of Used Cars and I Want to Hold Your Hand and Romancing the Stone leading to what becomes Back to the Future is very cool. It's cool to see that trajectory for Zemeckis.
The arc, yeah.
But you know, I'm in the same boat as you, Jay. Like I didn't remember anything really except for the fighter jet from from number 2,
and just Joan. I remember that because it was funny as a kid.
But
she's like, no, it's just Joan. He's like, yes, just Joan. And the dry rot. I thought the dry rot funny joke was funny.
Remind me of that one.
She's trying to chisel her way out of the prison, and he's like, "Here, the desert is the prison, not this building, you silly girl." And she's like, "No, blah 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 blah." And he goes, "Oh, okay, well, let me." And he pulls the bars right out of the window. That's
right. Yes.
Yeah. And he's like, "Dry rot."
I definitely was not as charmed by this film, and so I think I'm not enjoying it as much, right? Like even if there is a good joke like that, I'm not into it as much because I'm not having a good time. Yeah.
Half the references I've made, you were like, you're like, what is that part? I don't even know. So I didn't remember Romancing the Stone at all because I've seen it fewer times, and I enjoyed it enough that I wasn't like I was doing other things around the house. I wasn't like sitting there watching it. I actually kind of want to sit down and watch it and see if it's as good as I thought it was today. Because I did think it was good. I was like, why isn't this an adventure movie I watch more? I can't believe I never would have put this on until today.
Oh, go ahead, Danny.
No, you always liked it, Danny?
I always liked it. No, I just thought it was a great kind of action and romance movie. I think it's one of those movies that honestly you could take a girl to and watch it and both have something to watch.
Yeah.
You know? And I just think it really matched that. And the day I watched it, to watch it again yesterday, I loved it.
I think if I'm being hypercritical of Romancing the Stone, I think it has a little bit. I think it has some pacing issues. I think that's really the only thing that I would say is maybe an issue. It just there's a couple points where it dips near the end when they get to that town. It kind of dips a little bit, but there's enough greatness and excitement that it's like, okay, yeah, whatever. Like the best movies can have parts that dip, right?
Yeah, and of course you got a million people shooting at you, and nobody ever gets hit.
I know. One guy gets shot.
Oh, brutal.
It is the worst example. I think that was what my Letterboxd review was. Is like, I can't believe how much gunfire is in this movie and only one guy gets shot.
That's it.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a few little scenes, when Michael Douglas was swinging across the where the bridge was. I don't know if you remember that scene. He had to go, he did this gully or whatever, and you see him hit the rock, and you see the whole rock move. Like,
I like that.
It's rubber. Yes, so great. Again,
yes.
I find that charming. Yeah. No, it's good. It's.
But shout out to Michael J. Fox, because you would think the part where he hits his head on the ground in Back to the Future would have been that stuff, and it's not. Because the moment he saw that, I was like, I wish it was Michael J. Fox's head in that melon scene.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Another one of these kids jumped in front of my car.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You
brutal.
see him hit that concrete. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it hurts.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, Jay. Is there anything else from the plot of this film that is kind of worth talking about?
Oh God, plot's rough. Turok, I thought looked like Adam Driver. That was just a note. I like cars in this movie. I thought were spectacular. All of them. The background cars, the hero cars. I liked them all. The Aston Martin Vantage V8 from the period was very cool to me. I always liked that one. Like, it's in the Timothy Dalton series of James Bonds. We already said the music is rough. Holland Taylor. Shout out to Holland Taylor. She plays her agent in this, and she. Yes. I worked with her for years. She was a judge on The Practice. I always talk about how I worked at David E. Kelley. The show I worked at the most was The Practice. And she was one of our judges. And a real quick funny story was, at one point David he wrote a storyline where I can't remember his name on the show, but Michael Bottalucco, who you know from the Coen Brothers movies and was a lawyer on the show, was going to have a love thing with Holland Taylor, this judge. And the director of the episode was also our DP for the show, Brandon, Dennis Smith. And he said, yeah, she's great and everything, but I don't know if this is believable because she's older than Jimmy is. And there's the whole thing. Jimmy Berluti was his show name. And somehow Miss Holland Taylor got word of this, and she took it upon herself to make sure that Dennis Smith was able to see the whole picture before casting, so that he could approve her for this storyline, so that this went through. And that happened in the production office kitchen from The Practice. And then she went on to get the part, do the scene, and it was lovely in history, as they say. But I am a huge Holland Taylor fan. She's lovely, she's professional, and damn, she'll do whatever it takes to get the job done. Very impressive.
She plays the mother in George of the Jungle, which is a movie that I watched on repeat growing up.
With Brendan Fraser?
Brendan Fraser, yep. Leslie Mann is
I love her.
The daughter.
Is that good?
I
think I've stayed away from that one my whole life. Okay,
man,
George of the Jungle.
It's
a remake, right, of Mighty Joe Young?
No, it's a comedy. It's a full comedy. It's not a remake. It's.
I thought it was a remake of Mighty Joe Young.
No, it is a full-blown, ridiculous, goofy comedy.
Maybe a parody of. Okay.
I actually don't even know the history. There was the animated show before the movie, or did the animated show happen after? I can't even remember. George.
See, I don't even know. I didn't even know about an animated show.
No, I'm pretty sure the animated show before the movie.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Got it. Okay.
Gotcha. John Cleese is the voice of Ape. Leslie Mann, who's
awesome.
I'm blanking on his name from Sideways and Spider-Man. Spider-Man 3, The Sandman.
Thomas Hayden Church.
Thomas Hayden Church. Yeah. Thank you. I knew it was 3 names. Thomas Hayden
Lowell
Church
from
is
Wings.
in it.
Wings.
Yeah. Which I did watch. Yeah. I did watch part of an episode the other day. It was on TV because you were telling me. Because how did it come up? It was one of the episodes.
Yeah, and it's a lot of the same people that did like Taxi and Cheers and all those shows. It's really good. Yeah. And Peter Engel, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I will be fully honest. George of the Jungle maybe is not the greatest movie coming into it, but for me, I watched it a lot. It was very, very important, and Holland Taylor plays Leslie Mann's mom
and Matilda. I got to revisit all these.
Yes. Truman Show. Holland Taylor is also in Truman Show.
Who is she in that?
She's Truman's mother.
I love that movie.
Yeah, Truman's mother.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to revisit. Oh, well, add it to the list. Okie doke.
Yeah. So great.
She famously on 2.5 Men, she plays the boy's mother on that. Charlie. That's right. And whatever the other guy's name.
And she was in Romancing the Stone. She was the editor.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
She's the same character.
She carries over to Jewel of the Nile. Yeah.
You're right, editor. I said publisher, but you're right, editor. Or agent or something.
I think publisher. I think you're right. I think she was the publisher.
Spy Kids, I've never seen.
Well, Spy Kids 2 and 3.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
That's Antonio Banderas, right?
Yes. Yeah, the Robert Rodriguez film. Yeah. Again, these are all very important movies to me growing up. These are big movies for me. Legally Blonde, she's in Legally Blonde as well. And she's she's still working to this day. She's got a massive credit list. So
I continually see her in big movies and shows. She's always working, and again, always professional. So, like I was saying, isn't she dating somebody famous too? Isn't Sarah Paulson? They're together, I think.
Are they?
She's another. I love Sarah Paulson.
I love Sarah Paulson as well. Well, I mean, there's not much to say. Like, I really think like nothing really happens in this movie, especially if you compare it to Romancing the Stone. Romancing the Stone is a full-blown adventure movie.
And it's good. It's tight. It's good.
Yeah. This movie, they barely are on an adventure.
They've been together since 2015. That was true. That wasn't just Jay pontificating again. That's true.
And it is Sarah Paulson.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's just wrap this up then. So
you're hilarious. It's awesome. Oh, he makes a joke at one point. Is this where Al Jolson's buried? Al Jolson really is buried here in LA at the Hillside Memorial Cemetery. I've been there. It's really cool. Like it's one of the biggest, most crazy. Famous for playing blackface, ironically.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
But it's one of the craziest. It's an entire waterfall down a hillside with a big temple and a bust of him and his like what do you call the thing? His big tomb thing is out. Like you can go lean on it. It's crazy.
Wow.
Here, I'll look a picture of it.
What cemetery is it at?
It's at Hillside Memorial Cemetery, which is directly across from the Howard Hughes Center in, I don't know what you call that, Playa Vista. I'll just look up Al Jolson's grave because it's freaking crazy. Oh, you know what? I'll do that and I'll look it up from Google Maps while you.
Yeah, because a couple of times when I was in LA, I went to go and visit.
You're not gonna believe this shit. This doesn't do it justice. This doesn't do it justice. It's bigger and more grandiose than this.
Let me move you up here and make you big.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. So technically, the building in the background is the actual, like mausoleum or whatever, where like Jack Benny's tomb is and whatever. But here's the side view of this. Why doesn't this get bigger? Of this crazy ass memorial, and then in the center of that temple pergola thing is a Raiders of the Lost Ark looking tomb, and that's where his body is. And then next to it is this life-size bust of him in character, a bronze bust. It's pretty crazy.
Wow.
So it was funny when he's like, "This isn't where Al Jolson's buried, but it is that kind of a place with the ornate, whatever." I don't even know if he was dead in '84. He probably wasn't.
Anyway, all right.
Sorry.
So
it struck out at me because I had actually been to where Al Jolson was.
Oh, I see.
They built the plane, got it.
Yeah. If there's anything else.
I laughed out loud at the rocket releases. I thought that was hilarious. Like, try the rocket releases and it just drops down to the ground. I thought that was so funny.
I did like that bit too, yeah. But again, that's the best sequence of the whole movie. Everything in there works. It's tight. It's good. Okay.
Escapes. We got that.
So, Jewel of the Nile. Oh, actually, I wanted to do this real quick. Maybe I should do this first before we actually get into. Let me find my photo here. Give me 1 second.
You're right. There's not many other notes. Hilarious.
This is I actually included this. This is a picture of my Blockbuster shelf, but I took it because somehow for some reason I have so many copies of Romancing the Stone and Jewel of the Nile. I have 3 copies of Jewel of the Nile, and this one I love. This is the one I showed at the top of the show. This is it's 2 separate tapes, but it has this really cool little double feature band. So they sold them. Cool. They sold both movies together after they came out.
That's how your DVD was too. It was a 2-pack.
Yeah. Oh, that's still in the living room. Yeah, my Blu-ray is a weird cover where it has like half of Romancing the Stone on the top and Jewel of the Nile on the bottom. But I just like, what are the chances? Like, why do I have so many copies of Jewel of the Nile? I don't know.
This does not matter at all, but just since we're beating dead horses tonight, that's the Hillside Cemetery. Just to be clear, that's the size of the whole thing. And then if you look dead center, that whole thing, the whole thing is on a hill. So the half of the
I can see the water.
You see how ridiculous the entire thing is?
Yes. Wow.
That's incredible.
Thank you.
Okay.
Wow.
So before we get into the release, I kind of wanted to talk about this a little bit. So these are the posters for Romancing the Stone and the Jewel of the Nile. Great, like, iconic imagery. It's this era of the painted posters. The Drew Struzan is a household name. John Alvin. The Romancing the Stone poster is done by an artist named John Soley. And the Jewel of the Nile poster was done by, ironically, we just said his name, but not the same guy, an artist named Robert Rodriguez, not the director of Spy Kids. But one of the things I learned is that the famous poster artist, Richard Amsel, was originally supposed to do the Jewel of the Nile poster, and he was originally supposed to do the Romancing the Stone poster. Now, the reason he didn't do the Romancing the Stone poster is because he got sick and couldn't do it. But he was going to come back and do the Jewel of the Nile poster. And the reason he didn't finish the Jewel of the Nile poster is because he passed away. Richard Amsel famously did our Raiders of the Lost Ark poster, as well as a poster that we talked about, which was Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, which ended up being his last theatrically released poster, was Mad Max 3. A couple of other classics.
I knew he had just come up recently.
Dark Crystal, Flash Gordon. But I found this sort of article talking about how Richard Amsel had almost done the Jewel of the Nile poster, and all that exists is this.
Oh wow.
So this is how far he got on the poster. Obviously, I think it's supposed to be a romance novel cover. Yeah, with our characters in the middle. But the other thing that was on this article was a bunch of his sketches, and I think the sketches are really cool because it just shows all the rough ideas of what these posters could be. But one of the things that I think is so fascinating is how great of an artist Richard Amsel was, even in sketch, because these are like really sort of quick drawings, but you can see Kathleen Turner and Michael Douglas so well in these drawings. And then
see the pyramids in there too, which we don't see in the movie. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I would have loved to have had a little bit of that in this story, especially for the religious parts.
Yes. and then a couple even more rough sketches, just seeing the overall shapes of the faces. And I love the one on the right with the hair flowing down into other characters on the bottom. It's just such a cool sort of like view into a process, which, you know, ultimately
is that Danny DeVito in that one?
Yes. That's
that the addition of him. Okay.
Yeah. Even though that's them kind of in that cave on the cliffside, but Danny DeVito is not with them at that point in the story.
Yeah.
It's the Al Juhara is up there in the cave with them, but that is what that is referencing. But yeah, I just thought that those the sketches were really, really cool.
That is really cool.
Okay, so Jewel of the Nile is released December 11th, 1985. Like we'd sort of talked, studio wanted the sequel. Michael Douglas, Kathleen Turner, Danny DeVito, all sort of contractually obligated to be there. Romancing the Stone, number 1, was released March 30th, 1984, and they started shooting the sequel April 22nd, 1985. So real quick turnaround within the year. They finished shooting in July of 1985, and the film comes out December. Just unbelievably quick turnaround. I'm actually shocked when movies are kind of made and released within the same year. Especially,
this is what you get though. That's the machine.
Yeah, that is
versus
true.
The art.
You're right.
Yeah.
All I was gonna say was just like, especially in a time of film, you know, when film needs to be processed and every single frame needs to be looked at, and they're editing on film and then putting together prints. I'm just so blown away. Like, there was another film we talked about recently. Maybe it was Summer Rental, that was shot and released within the same year.
Yeah, I think it was that. You're right. Yeah,
I'm so blown away by it. So Jewel of the Nile opened number 2 at the box office. Number 1 was Rocky IV, which had been in theaters for 3 weeks. Number 2, Jewel. Number 3, Spies Like Us, had been in theaters for 2 weeks. Number 4, White Knights, been out for 4 weeks.
Forgot about that.
Number 5, a film we've covered. I think I have it right here, actually. Santa Claus the movie has been in theaters.
Shout out to Jeannot Zvark.
Shout out to Jeannot.
R.I.P.
Has been in theaters for 3 weeks. Jewel of the Nile played for 12 weeks in theaters. Was shot for $21 million. Romancing the Stone was shot for $10 million.
Wow.
Goes on.
That's a lot of movie for $10 million. Wow.
Where did I write it down here?
That's impressive.
Romancing the Stone. Okay, so Romancing the Stone in the previous year opened up at number 4, shot for $10 million, made $115 million worldwide, but $75 million domestic. Jewel of the Nile was shot for 21 to 25 million, and ended up making 68 million. So still like fine, you know, it's doubles its budget, which is kind of just a thing that a movie doubling its budget is a success. Go ahead, Jay.
Broadening out, I would say it was a failure because it probably killed the franchise. I think they had a series going here after the first one, and then after this one, I would go, I don't need to see any more of that.
Well, there was ideas for a third film, and you know the fact that they're already having to sue Kathleen Turner to show up to be in the sequel probably means she doesn't want to do the third one. But you're probably right, Jay. Like
especially if she's not contractually obligated. You're right. Yeah.
Exactly. There's no way she's doing the third one. They had a proposed sequel called Crimson Eagle that only got as far as a draft in 1997. And then Michael Douglas tried to do a sort of like I guess it would have been a sequel, but you know, them much older, coming back to the franchise in about 2005, 2008 with a script called Racing the Monsoon. Obviously neither of them got off.
We're really getting away from the treasure hunting in this franchise, aren't we?
Okay, so our pals Siskel and Ebert, they did review Jewel of the Nile. Siskel despised the film. He said it gets boring quickly, and he said the characters don't change from the first film. He said the characters don't change, and they run through a dumb story. Ebert was a little bit more charmed by the film. He said it was lighthearted and funny, and then essentially they classically argued about whether or not the movie was good, and Ebert thinks that the movie's funny, and Siskel thought it was dumb and boring. Like it's classic Siskel and Ebert. Ultimately, Gene thumbs down, Roger thumbs up. I mean, it's not great. It's not my favorite movie, and I really don't know if I'm ever going to watch it again, because now it's so like burned in my memory
about
how much
here. This is awesome.
Yeah. A lot of the time, like, I know I've seen Jewel of the Nile, but I don't really remember. Maybe I wasn't even paying attention when I watched it last time. But now that I've invested so much time and energy into it through the research, through talking to you guys about it, it will live in my brain as like, I never need to see Jewel of the Nile ever again. Romancing the Stone, I will check in again. Every couple of years, I'll be like, yeah, that's a good afternoon. I'll go spend some time in the jungle with Kathleen and Michael.
I'm excited to have added that one back to that repertoire, that rainy day afternoon kind of deal.
Any other thoughts before we sort of get into our reviews?
No, I think you really nailed it. I think if Danny watched the movie, he would agree with you.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely agree with you.
I wrote down here, more gunfire and no one gets shot. So I was
very A-team. It was ridiculous.
I don't think as much as Romancing the Stone. Romancing the Stone is egregious how much like fire they're doing, and it's all the sparks are going behind all the our characters, and not a single person. Well, okay, to be fair, one person gets shot and falls off a wall. Romancing the Stone.
Towards the end there.
Okay. Before we get into our reviews, Danny, I use this app called Letterboxd. I love it. You can log your movies that you watch on there, but you can also write your own personal reviews. So one of the things I like to do is I like to pull reviews from users on Letterboxd and read them on the show.
Okay, great.
So here is some Letterboxd.
They're usually quite enjoyable. He pulls good ones.
Jewel of the Nile. Harlow says, "This is why you don't go across the world with a controversial political leader you've just met." 3 stars.
She didn't know he was controversial, but the advice still stands.
Horatio Foghorn says, "Is this a good film? No. Is it racially problematic? Absolutely. But Michael Douglas has an immaculate blow dry throughout, and Danny DeVito gets sat on by a donkey, and that has to count for something." 2 stars.
Yeah, I mean, he pulls him out by the legs. That was actually funny. Yeah, very childish.
And that's practical. Like, that is a real person getting sat on by a big ass donkey, a literal big ass.
Was it really Danny DeVito?
I don't know.
Okay, because it looked like they probably cut away. You're right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because we see him get sat on, and then it's just his legs and body sticking out, and I assume it's a real person.
Yeah, but then they pull him out to ask him a question. Remember?
Yeah, I can't remember.
They yell, and then the donkey stands up, and then they pull him out by the legs and ask him, "Hey, we gotta get to." That's a
big mule, because that would be heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, it must have been.
And this one I like, and it's kind of similar to what I wrote in the description for this episode. But Aiden says, The real jewel of the Nile was the friend we made along the way. Wait, it actually was. Shit. 3.5 stars.
That's funny.
Daniel's production says, if you don't get any enjoyment from a plane being driven around a populated area that's crashing into buildings, I don't know what to say. 3.5 stars.
Oof.
And finally, Zali
Generous.
says, I don't think I could describe the plot of this movie to you, but I can tell you I loved Kathleen Turner in it. 2.5 stars.
Oh.
And that's exactly how I feel. I don't even, things happen, but the charisma between our two leads is palpable. It's there. It's the reason why this movie, I think, has any sort of fandom whatsoever, because those two people are good at what they do, and they are enjoyable to watch.
Right.
Definitely.
And even Danny DeVito too. Like with him, he has nothing to do in this movie. Absolutely nothing.
No,
he
delivers though.
To watch. Yes, of course he delivers.
He shows up. He puts a lot of energy into it.
Yes, that's true. Not once do you ever feel the contractual obligation from anybody's performance.
I agree with that statement. And there are other movies from the exact same time period, especially sequels, where I could say they are here for the paycheck, and it's so clear.
Yeah, they are phoning it in.
I actually didn't feel that here at all. I felt like, wow, they're all trying. It's just not really working.
Yeah, it's just not written well. And I think ultimately, I think that's kind of what it is the movie is just not written well, and maybe doesn't have a strong visionary behind it, like a Robert Zemeckis, right?
Yeah. And again, back to, oh man, if he had paid, the what ifs, if he had paid the fee for the real script from the girl in the first place.
Maybe it'd be a different story. Okay, well, Jay, would you like to start us off with your star rating for The Jewel of the Nile?
Danny, would you please go first?
Well, I would love to if I actually watched it.
Danny might be omitted from this one.
Yeah.
No, you said you can't do that because I didn't want to vote last for one of those movies, and we couldn't do that.
No, you wanted to not give it a rating. But Danny hasn't seen the film.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen it.
I pulled that card. You said I couldn't do it.
Well, you're the host. You're not a guest. Sorry, Danny. We're having a domestic in front of you.
It's good.
I don't mean to embarrass you.
Mom, Dad, don't fight.
Don't fight. Well, I mean, I will count your star rating, Danny, if you can remember how you felt when you last saw Jewel of the Nile.
I'm honestly, if I had to give it a star rating, I'd say 2. Just because I remember not really enjoying it years ago. And Jewel, the first one, I loved, and I remember wanting to watch it again, and I was excited to watch it again. I don't sense any of that excitement that I had.
Yeah.
I just don't remember anything good about it.
Yeah.
I think that's a rad rating. I think you're on the money. You may as well have. I think he did it right. He saved himself an hour and 45 minutes, and he got to the exact same place we did.
Yeah, except
I probably won't watch it.
Yeah, I mean I'm sorry if we destroyed it for you, but
no, it's
you spent 2 hours and 40 minutes listening to us talk about a terrible movie.
Just love being here, but no, it's it could have been. That franchise could have been a lot better if they would have done things differently, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you hate to see people try to make a movie just to make a movie. And that's what, I'm going to go back to the future, but everybody says that, Universal wants to make a part 4, it'll never be made. But I'm going, if it was a horrible movie, a part 4, and they got terrible actors, people would still go see it. It would probably still make money.
Yeah.
And that's sad. But just by the name and everything, and that's why people want to see this second one.
Yeah.
Is,
You're absolutely right. A big part of the failure of this movie is it is a studio trying to get the money from the audience as quickly as possible.
And that happens a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It happens all the time.
Right.
Rushing into a sequel, or I've actually been thinking about it just because, like, there's a big trend. So there's a new film out right now. It's called Obsession. It's a really, really great horror movie.
Castle's Music.
Yes, exactly. The Castle's Music connection. But it is written and directed by a young YouTube guy. That's a very broad brush to paint him with. But the one thing that's happening is his movie is so successful that now he's being connected to a Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, and it's like, man, oh man, can't these people just like let young creators or new filmmakers or successful filmmakers, let them sort of figure it out before you force them to make a legacy sequel to a intellectual property, and then it kind of destroys them, right? It's like the power of these studios. So you have the studio being like, okay, Romancing the Stone was a big hit, let's get the sequel out as fast as humanly possible so that we have to spend less money on marketing because everybody will remember.
They still remember it. It's fresh in their minds.
The first one is, right? Yeah, it's just like the money part of the studio system, the business part of it, is kind of what is disheartening sometimes.
Yeah. And sometimes it works out. Sometimes, sometimes part twos are better than part ones. I mean,
yeah, and sometimes
it's happened. It exactly happened.
Aliens Part 2, I think, was better than
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2, yeah.
Yeah, another great example.
Ace Ventura 2, in my opinion.
Really?
I love When Nature Calls way more than Pet Detective.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
And I'm not, my surprise is not because I don't agree with you. I haven't seen either one, but I've never heard that take. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
And not that it's better, but I think a very successful sequel is something like Wayne's World 2, where you're just like, it's different, but the same. Like, it's the movies, the Aliens, the Terminator we're talking about. Those movies are better than their original movies. Right. But Wayne's World 2 like is firing on different cylinders, but it's like it works in a different way. Yeah, it still hits.
Right. Well, Star Trek, first Star Trek movie, then he got Wrath of Khan. Look how much better Wrath of Khan,
Yeah, exactly. Jay, your rating, or do you want me to go next?
No. I'm sorry. I'm happy to go. I apologize. I had I didn't. I'm not trying to take the control away. I'm in kind of the same boat. If I did halves, I'd probably be halves for both Romancing and for Jewel of the Nile. Romancing the Stone was so much better than I thought it would be that I almost kind of thought, wow, is this like a 4-star movie for me? Like, is this now in my series of hits?
Yeah.
I don't know. This conversation made me go, I don't know. So maybe it would be 3. Thinking it was a 4, I was going to graciously give this a 3. This conversation tonight has brought me way back to earth. And
yeah,
I'm with Danny here that this is a 2-star movie. But I also did think that the story had potential. I thought that it just fell apart and didn't go where it should have. So I thought the story was good. And I thought that it was enjoyable even with its flaws. We've watched a lot of movies lately. Not lately, but throughout the 40, where I've been like, this is rough. I don't know where this movie has no point. Ironically, I would say I probably enjoyed King Solomon's Mine more than this because it was so jokey and tongue-in-cheek and more playful than this one was. This one kind of was like taking itself too seriously, maybe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for that 2 stars.
I completely agree with that. I didn't even think about how much fun I had with King Solomon's Mine. In fact, what did I rate?
I couldn't stop comparing because I didn't expect to like that one. And I thought I would like this one. And it was the wrong juxtaposition.
Oh, that was 2 weeks ago. We did St. Elmo last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was thoroughly pleased with that movie. I thought it was fun.
Huh. Well, okay. I am right with you guys. I am 2 stars as well. There's some things in it that I like. The fighter jet sequence. My rating for Romancing the Stone was 3 stars because it's good. Like, it's 3 stars and a heart for me, right? Like, it's good. it's not the greatest Zemeckis work.
If we did halves, would you say 3.5?
For
or no? Are you solid at 3 for romancing? Yeah. Because I felt like it was more than 3, but maybe not 4.
I could definitely see myself being like a 3.5. I will say I just looked at my King Solomon.
Okay.
And I was 2 stars for King Solomon as well, but I think I was just being very critical about the filmmaking. But I did have a really good time. In fact, actually, maybe I did 2. I should look at my Letterboxd. See if did I do 2 stars and a heart for King Solomon?
I might have 3-starred that one. I just started a new pad. I ran out of my old pad, so
let's see.
This is my 3rd pad of our run.
I know I'm on my 2nd book.
Wow.
Nice.
I got to see King Solomon now. You guys both like King Solomon. I have never seen it. I got to see that.
I didn't give it a heart.
It's surprisingly enjoyable.
I'm going in right now and I'm editing my review and I'm giving it a heart because I think King Solomon Mines directly compared to this, where is my thing here? Deserves a little bit more love because I did have a really fun time watching it. And if I'm directly comparing Jewel of the Nile to King Solomon's Mines, filmmaking wise, I think they're sort of on par. Like they're both not very well made, but the enjoyment that I had is a little bit more with King Solomon's Mines. I had a lot more fun watching it. So I'm going to give King Solomon's Mine the heart, but yeah, Jewel of the Nile, 2 stars. We're all 2 stars across the board.
No heart.
Yeah, no heart. But yeah, I could see Romancing the Stone encroaching into a 3.5 because I did have to think about it. Giving my rating on Letterboxd, I was like, is this a 4 or is this a 3? But ultimately I did have to go down to the 3 just because it's not the strongest of Zemeckis's work. And there's other movies that are 4 and obviously 5-star movies for Zemeckis, right? Yeah.
What is Back to the Future your favorite Zemeckis movie? I'm sure I've asked you this before, and then maybe to Danny too. I'm curious.
Yeah, I probably. I mean, Back to the Future is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Same here. I agree with that.
Yeah. So
me too, Danny too. Yeah. But ironically, I don't think it's my favorite of Zemeckis's movies.
What's your favorite Zemeckis film then?
I probably go to Contact because while Back to the Future is a perfect movie, I feel like Contact's every bit as perfect, but even bigger. And a story rooted in a reality that we're supposed to live in versus like a fictional Hill Valley kind of thing. Like when Contact came out, it was 1992 or whatever year it was, 97. Like Bill Clinton's the president in the movie because he was president at the time. So it's our reality. And I just the story was so big and so awesome that I thought he nailed it. But I guess I just love him as a director in general.
I love Contact. I just didn't like where she met the alien and it was her dad and stuff. To me, that was just everything that was great. I love that movie. Everything about it is great. I couldn't. It didn't.
Was it how they did it or that she did it?
It's how they did it. I think they could. I don't know what they could have done differently. I can't tell you that. It wasn't. That part wasn't believable to me, and it kind of. After that and the rest of the movie, I mean, just that one scene kind of just takes me away from it,
To me, it was the simplicity of, you're just a little brain. You couldn't possibly understand it, so this is how we have to do it for you. You know what I mean? Because they were like that was what I took away from it. But I mean, I definitely get your point. It's a choice for sure to do it that way.
If I take the Back to the Future trilogy out of the Zemeckis running, it's Death Becomes Her. That's my next favorite.
Wow, well, that's a great one too. Yeah, that's fun. Very fun.
That movie is so much fun. Yeah. Great special effects, great performances. Meryl Streep, Goldie Hawn, Bruce Willis, like amazing, fun movie.
Very fun.
Yeah, and then maybe
I hate to be go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and maybe after that, Castaway. That was the only other one that jumped out at me.
I love Castaway.
Oh, I like that movie a lot.
Castaway is great. I love that one. I can watch it over.
I hate to be this celebrity gossip columnist, but do you know who Meryl Streep is dating right now?
No.
Martin Short.
Oh, is that true? Because they worked together on Only Murders in the Building. They were a couple on Only Murders. So.
Really? Oh, so I guess that's where they met. I didn't know that part.
Yeah, she.
Somebody brought it up in Malibu the other day.
Okay. Meryl Streep comes in season 2? No, season 3, maybe?
Does she live in the building? She's one of the tenants?
No. I guess she ends up living with Marty Short, but she's an actress.
Okay.
She's in the season with Paul Rudd. Whatever season that, I think that show gets made so fast that I actually don't even know how many what season number they're on. They could be on like season 5 by now. What I heard from the set was they enjoy making it so much. The fact that everyone wants to see more, they're happy to do it. Oh yeah,
they're enjoying it.
I love it all. I don't even. It's.
Is it available anywhere but Hulu?
No, it's only a Disney Plus.
We watched the first season and then okay, all right. Shit.
Okay. It is a show that has its ups and downs in, every season is a mystery, right? And when you're writing that many mysteries, there's going to be great ones and there's going to be ones that are like, okay, whatever. But that is a show that I don't even really care about the quality of the story. I am just having so much fun watching those 3 characters go about their journey, right? The Steve Martin Short, Selena Gomez, they are so good together. Obviously, Marty,
they're adorable together.
And Steve, they have that, that lifelong friendship, that chemistry. They're so funny. They're titans of comedy. But Selena Gomez is also just like so great with them. And then because they're Steve Martin and Martin Short, and this show is so popular, they are getting unbelievable guest stars, and not even just like 1 or 2 episodes. They're getting Meryl Streep and Paul Rudd and Zach Galifianakis, all these incredible people all coming into the fold and doing full seasons of this show. It's such an amazing show, and I will watch it for as long as they're making it.
Wow,
awesome.
That is.
Well, I think we did it. I think we did Jewel of the Nile.
Have any more DeLorean questions for Danny?
No. I think I showed all my pictures.
Well, I got a picture. I got a question for you, Brandon. Who built it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you build it?
No, ours was built by Bruce Colomb down in Florida. Yeah.
Bruce. Okay.
Yeah.
I still say Coulomb.
Yeah. I think I actually don't even know what the actual pronunciation is.
Right.
Coulomb.
I've asked him in person, and I think I tried to replicate what he said because he puts a little bit of something on it when he says, yeah. Florida, built in Florida. Then
built in Florida. Yeah. Yeah. We're happy with our car.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Jay? You saw it at Celebration. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. At Adam the Woos. Yeah, for sure.
I forgot.
I mean, I've known Bruce for, again, same thing. You know these guys 20 years. We all kind of go back. The whatever generation I was in, I'd call it maybe the 3rd generation, Danny. Would that be fair? Because it was Doug Vader's and Bob Brandy's in the beginning. Right. And Mark Shield bought Doug's car, and I think Bob Brandy still has his. I put you in the category of Wave 2, right? You, maybe Gary Weaver, and then I would say, me, Sean, and everybody else.
Right. Now we got so many individuals building the cars now, I can't keep track. I don't know.
Well, you said all the parts are available now, right? Because everyone's 3D printing them and casting them and molding them and everything.
There's
you don't have to go dig through.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great guys out there making some really nice parts. A lot of 3D printing stuff, which, some of that 3D printing stuff doesn't really last. I've seen it coming in here, where I see all the different cars in here. I got 2 different Back to the Future cars here, but and you can see different
for service.
Yeah, for service. So and to fix some of the things. Some of the cars too I've done lately are just refreshing. All the wiring gets all dull, and the flux band, the mounts are all bubbling up and stuff like that. And so, I mean, I'm actually just doing a lot of just refreshing older cars now, which is nice to do. So,
well, and I think a big part of it is like, as we've gone online, the information is more readily available to more people.
Yeah.
Right. For the last 41 years, people have been obsessed with this car. And it's the same thing with like the Ghostbusters Proton Pack, right? There's just the people are so obsessed with it and finding out all that information and sharing that information. And then because of the internet, all of that is online and people are still sharing it and still finding things. And it's just,
Brandon, if a documentary that they shot ever actually comes out, I think you will be the biggest fan of it in the world, because back in the day, we were all online and there were different competing message boards and there were wars between this team and that team and the other thing. And it was so freaking ridiculous. Freaking ridiculous.
I mean, every fan community has toxicity in it. And
yeah, that's true. I guess you're right.
Yeah.
I was talking to guys.
Danny always said the bad doesn't outweigh the good. Isn't that what you used to say?
Yeah. No.
Don't feel that way anymore.
I was thinking about that. I'm trying to think, how did I used to say it? Bottom line, sometimes we went through times in the Back to the Future world where people just get nasty at each other and start belittling each other online, and I hate to say it, Video Bob and Bruce were the two big ones, and then Gary Weaver, of course, and everybody kind of fought each other, and I just really always tried to keep the peace and keep out of it.
Yeah,
and it's just sad. It really gives people a bad rep. But I mean, I've talked.
Well, it's not doing anything good for the franchise either. Like we, you and I know Bob Gale. Like, we don't want to do something that's going to damage the franchise in any way. Even if it's just a black eye at a convention. No, and by the way, I said black eye.
Black eye.
And I've talked to a lot of guys
very quickly.
and people are bagging them on the internet, and I've had guys, come in here and go, God, I really got into this because I really wanted to have fun. I says, ignore them. Get off the internet. Quit listening to people. Have fun with the car.
Yeah.
And if you don't have fun with it anymore, move on. Go into something else, because this is supposed to be fun. And if you look at most of the things, I don't comment a lot of anything, and I try to stay completely positive. And that's the way it should be, because it's such a great movie.
Yeah.
It's such a fun thing to do. And I envy a lot of these guys building their own cars, because I remember my first one, which I'll admit was not his most accurate, but it was my most fun.
Yeah.
Going and researching all the things and, taking certain liberties. Yes. But I had more fun with my very first one than right now making, I'm making my 35th one right now, which I'm almost done with, but I'm trying to make everything exactly accurate and everything perfect to whatever, and I love it. Do it. I still love doing it. It's enjoyable. Is it as fun as my very first experience? No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's relatable, by the way. Mine got less fun the more with them we did. By number 4 or whatever, it was like, I'm over it. Out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not there yet. Still having fun.
That's good.
Oh God, it's so great. So I'm enjoying embracing it again lately. Thanks to, and by the way, part of that, Brandon, is thanks to you and you bringing your car and all the love and then hanging out, at the Twin Pines Mall, or the Lone Pine Mall, by the way, with everybody, that night, and telling you guys stories and telling other people who had no idea who I am or that I used to be a part of this community, stories from back in the day.
Yeah.
It was the 80s. It was very nostalgic.
Yeah.
But done very well.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate it. I think your friendship has opened me up to a lot of passages that I hadn't really looked at in a long time. So we end every show by me telling you I love you and I'm so grateful to do the show with you. But like these are just some of the reasons why.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm restarting my life again and you're helping with that. So I love you, buddy. And Back to the Future is a part of that. So I love both of you guys.
Yeah. We love you too.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to see you next weekend up in Astoria, place where everything started.
Oh man, I can't wait.
All of this started because of Up Astoria. I have to shout out This is my favorite thing ever. Whenever Ryan checks in at the show before he does his own live show on Wednesdays. So Ryan comes in early, says, "Hey, how's it going?" Then he leaves to go do his own show, Gotham City Tonight, on his own channel. And then he pops back in sometimes and goes, "Oh, it's still going." Thanks for stopping by again, Ryan. That's so funny. Check out Gotham City Tonight.
That's hilarious.
If you're into superheroes and Batman and Spider-Man and Marvel and DC news. Ryan's your guy. Yes.
There were a couple cool comments from earlier too. The alternate ending for they were talking about I Am Legend was originally supposed to be the original ending, and they filmed it after the test audience didn't like it. I know. Yeah, it's good to know.
That happens a lot.
Didn't know the Kobe picks. Oh.
I was just, you know what? It was in that Andrew McCarthy Bratz documentary talking about the end of
St. Elmo's Fire?
No, Pretty in Pink.
Oh.
I think they reshot after the test audience, and he was telling, and I didn't know this, but he was telling the story about he had his head shaved for his next project, and so they had to get him a wig, and the wig is bad for their end reshoots. I believe it was Pretty in Pink that he was talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well,
somebody said they missed it. Please repeat the why all of the congratulations. Sounds like we need to celebrate. I have no idea what Tara Anderson is talking about there. Do you guys? We said something she missed, and we were all congratulating each other, I guess. I don't know.
I'm sorry, Tara. I don't know what you're referring to.
Was Kathleen Turner in Dumb and Dumber?
She was in Dumb and Dumber 2.
2? Dumb and Dumber 2? Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
So, yes, Brian. And the Kobe DeLorean picks were, yes, that was, our car wasn't even done when that happened. I think that must have been like 2007. And it wasn't even complete yet in those pictures, which you can tell, obviously. Pretty close, but not quite there. But what a day. What a day.
Fun getting him in there.
Yeah.
It was cool. Do you remember the story of that day, Dan? You weren't there for that one, were you?
I wasn't there for that one, but I remember, me and you were talking over there, and you were.
Yeah.
He was supposed to drive.
They thought he was. Yeah, they thought he was going to drive it from site A to undefeated, and I was like, I mean, if he wants to, sure, but I don't think he's gonna, want to. And then he couldn't even get in it. It's the passenger seat.
I've had to disappoint a few NBA players that come in here wanting a DeLorean. I have to just try it. I said, come on in, and I don't think you're going to do it. I have the guy's wife going, honey, you're not going to be able to take a DeLorean.
Yeah.
Well, what about the night? Is it so like the Knight Rider car, the Trans Am? You remember they put those seat extensions in for Hasselhoff on the rails so that the seat could go all the way back, like against the back seat, which then made it possible for him to get in and out of that thing with all those doohickeys. What about a DeLorean? Is there any room for that, or is it the headroom that's the problem?
Headroom is one problem, but it's also too,
okay.
If you have that little storage compartment behind the seat, there's not much room back there. Even if you cut that out, you run into the trailing arm with a suspension underneath. So you're not gonna. You can get a little.
So you can't
get out.
Yeah.
Not much.
And
you're right. Even ours stock could go all the way back. You're right. That's true. Right. I forgot.
And the irony of all of this is that John DeLorean himself was over 6 feet tall. He was a very tall man.
He was 6'2".
Yes.
Yeah, 6'2".
Six at least. Yeah. By the way, I just shout out to Collision Course again. I totally forgot until we were talking about it that story, the story of Collision Course, this director's other movie with Jay Leno and Pat Morita. The story loosely parallels the John DeLorean story of they're following this guy who's a big hit at GM and whatever, and then he's got this other enterprise. Yeah. So if you guys get a chance,
check it out. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I got to see gun-toting, leather jacket wearing Jay Leno.
Oh, he's funny in it. He is funny in it. He's not a great actor, but he's funny. He's an actor like Seinfeld's an actor in the show. You know what I mean? Like it's all kind of.
Well, yeah, Seinfeld is.
But it's worth it. It's funny.
I love when Seinfeld talks about himself acting in Seinfeld because he's so aware that he is the worst actor in the show. Yep. Everybody else around him is so good at playing those characters, and he's just like, I can't remember where it is, but he talks about how like times he would just be like watching them act, You know, like he's in the scene with them and he's just watching them give these great performances.
Like it's on television. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody told me that no matter how good maybe it was Jerry himself actually. Come to think of it, it must have been Jerry himself. But no matter how good the DVD quality and the Blu-ray and all of the remasters and everything else gets, he goes, it's not good enough to me because he wishes everybody could see it the way he saw it through his eyes.
Yeah, POV.
To have them delivering the lines in the face of it's because the experience is different to watch it.
Did you guys watch that season of Curb Your Enthusiasm with the Seinfeld reunion? And there's
absolutely
one of my favorite bits is when Jason Alexander quits, and then Larry David is like, "Well, I can play George. I mean, the character's based off of me." And then he's just like, he's so bad at it. He's so bad at playing him. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that too. I love everything about that whole season too. By the way, Mocha Joe and the whole lot.
I love Mocha Joe. Which leads to Spite Store.
Hey, Larry.
Like, Spite Store is one of the later seasons, but it's one of my favorite bits. And then, oh man, I could talk about Kirby forever, but Spite Store leads to Larry inventing the urinals with JB Smoove, and it's like at the door that goes up, and it's ridiculous.
Privacy urinal or whatever it was called.
Yeah. God, I love that show. He has a new show coming out with President Obama. Yeah, a new sketch.
I can't
show.
tell if I'm looking forward to it. I was bummed about that the movie he did on HBO because I thought, I want more Curb, and then I ended up really liking the movie.
That one?
Clear History. That's exactly it. Yeah, with John Hamm.
Yeah,
and I didn't think I'd like it, and then I liked it a lot. So I've been wrong before.
I think it's a funny movie and it's written well. I just don't think it's like an incredibly. Like it's not incredible looking, it's not like, but I don't think that's what it's supposed to be. It's just supposed to be a good story, and funny. And that's what it achieved its goal.
As a vehicle to hold a bunch of bits, I loved it. From the urinal in the car, speaking of, the turning around on the one-way road, and like all of those little predicaments are just so Curb and so Larry that I didn't mind. And the guest cast alone, Michael Douglas and. I can't think of who else now, but I always think of Michael Douglas. Who plays the girl? John Hamm's wife. I can't think of it. Larry's love interest.
I don't remember now. What year was 2013? Holy smokes, that was so long ago. Kate Hudson?
Yeah, it's Kate Hudson.
Eva Mendes, Amy Ryan.
Eva Mendes is in it too, yeah.
Yeah, Michael Keaton. Wow. I'm going to revisit this. Greg Mottola.
Yeah. That's why we watched it. That's why Nicole liked it.
Superbad,
she
right?
worked with them. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I think we've done it. Danny,
I just don't want to say goodbye to you guys. That's all.
Well, I'm going to see you next week, dude. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
That's fun, man.
And Danny and I are going to hang out soon.
Yes.
Yep. Definitely. And Brandon, if you're ever down here, come on and give you a tour of the shop. Definitely will.
I think we'll be down there at.
They're down in Huntington, so if you're like at Disney, it's not that far.
No.
Well, at some point, Dad and I, we have to come down because we have a couple cars at the Peterson Museum that are coming up for their 1 year sort of appearance at the Peterson. So we eventually have to come down. So I'm keeping tabs of all these things that I need to do when we're down there next, and visiting you will be one of them.
Excellent,
Danny. You were just at the Peterson the other day. Did you see the Wayne's World car?
I did.
That's our car.
The screen use one is theirs, and then also the Indiana Jones 4 Crystal Skull, the kind of water boat car.
Yeah. I saw
theirs too.
I think I saw your video of you guys bringing it in and stuff. So.
Yes.
I saw your video. Then when I went down there, I checked it out. So that's awesome. I took a good look at that. Pictures and everything. Yeah.
I'm not going to show them because I'm not allowed to show them, but when we first dropped off the Mirthmobile, it was parked right next to the A car. Yeah, because they have that spot upstairs where they have that giant portrait of the DeLorean with Michael from Part 2, and they parked the Mirthmobile right next to it, and because I got to get in real close to the A car, see some angles that I personally hadn't seen. I know other people had seen it when it was on that big circle stand where it originally was. But the few times I'd been to the Peterson, I've only been able to see it from that front. So getting
What were the angles you were excited to see it from? What were they?
Like from the back, like the vents and stuff. I had never seen the vents on the A car.
Oh, because how it's set up, you couldn't go back there.
I see. I had never visited the museum when it was on that where you could walk all the way around. Now it's downstairs. They have like an 80s or 90s exhibit, and you can get a little bit more. It's all been
changed. Yeah, it's all been changed since, but that was the totally amazing and wild or awesome and rad or whatever the event was. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
that was a great display. It's over now. It's 100 years of Mercedes-Benz now.
Okay, so
I'm actually going to go see it maybe Friday or next week.
So did they put the time machine back upstairs with the big Michael portrait?
Well, even that is different because that all changes around too. So I'm not sure. Was that portrait from still?
No.
No. Oh, you said Back to the Future 2.
Yeah, the screenshot is from Back to the Future 2, but that big picture seems
I don't even recall seeing that, so I'm not sure.
To the wall. Anyway, when you go there,
I'll look for it.
Well, let me know where our cars are because our cars keep moving.
I will.
I see I'll see somebody's social media post and I'll be like, oh, they moved our car upstairs now. It's fun.
Yeah. It's so cool that you do that. I think it's really, really neat. It's fun.
Yeah. Well, clearly you don't want to say goodbye because we keep opening up new conversations. Thank you, Danny, for joining us. Thank you for watching Romancing the Stone for this episode.
You're welcome. Feel like I could have gave a little bit more, but hey, next time I'll get it right.
Yeah, next time. Well, when we do a blockbuster year 1984 and we're covering Romancing the Stone, you can watch Jewel of the Nile, and you'll make up.
That's right. Then we'll be fully prepped.
Thank you, everybody.
Ryan Odell says, give this episode a thumbs up. Yes, please do. Thank you, Ryan Odell.
I'm going to call him Ryan Odell from now on, too.
Kyle Watts says, great episode. See you in Astoria. Kyle, we're going to see you in person. Please say Kyle, hello.
We'll see you there. Yeah, make sure you say hello to us. Yes. We are going to be off next week, everybody. Jay will be traveling up to Astoria. We will be
fingers
back
crossed
the week after Astoria. Don't know exactly what we're due. Probably going to be an Astoria recap episode. That's just probably what's going to happen. And then
we've established a precedent.
Yes, exactly. When we're together, we recap.
Well, it's the whole Adam crew again. Like none of this would exist except, and we seem to always do those after shows. So,
and hey, it's going to be episode 41, which is actually what anniversary year we're in for 1985. So maybe that's something. Maybe that's just how things work out. Not planned.
Ryan Odell says we got to do more recap episodes. Cool.
More recaps.
Thanks.
We got to do stuff first, Ryan. Yep. Then we can recap. Well, thank you, everybody. This is what
we call a Minnesota goodbye.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for watching on the replay. Thank you for listening. Jay, I love you very much. I cannot wait to see you next week. I'm looking forward to getting back together with everybody and eating some fish tacos and celebrating Short Circuit and the Goonies. You can have something else.
I'll have the shrimp. I'll have the shrimp. The shrimp was delicious. But yeah, I love you too, man. I this episode was so fun for me. Anytime I have somebody from like my personal life or a previous life on the show with you, it's just so fun for me. I love bridging the gap, especially somebody like Danny who fits a lot of interest for you too.
Yes, exactly. And I love getting to meet people like Danny, somebody that I know as a time machine builder and somebody that I had seen on the Discovery show. It's cool to meet people that you know through all of this. I love it.
Well, I can't wait to meet you personally sometime soon. So
yeah, likewise. Well,
and Danny, I love you, buddy. I can't wait to see you soon.
Love you too, man. You guys have a great trip, and
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Good night, everybody.
We love you at home. Please love one another.
Love you at home. Yes.
Bye.
Off next week.
Yeah, see you in 2 weeks.